Perfect.
All right. So 585 Boys here, episode 6. We are live. Johnny's in the house.
What's going on?
And then we got Mr. Brett Jacobson. What's going on?
Not much. Thanks for having me, guys.
Hey,
Yeah, man.
we were looking forward to
Yeah,
doing this.
thanks
one.
for coming
Sit
on,
down
man.
and talk and
Absolutely.
see what's going on. So we'll let you introduce yourself and give a quick overview. And yeah.
That might be dangerous.
I don't know. Well, I guess we'll find out.
It's broad.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a broad.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. The many layers of Brett. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just start with a general intro, and then we'll start at the beginning.
So not what I tell my therapist. You guys want?
We'll get into that.
We'll get into that.
We'll get into that later. Yeah. Let's not start with that.
Okay. So my name is Brett Jacobson. I am originally from Brockport, New York, and I am a former corporate America snob turned chef grunt overnight, and somehow, some way, have carved out a little bit of success along the way in my brief 3-year journey.
Nice.
All right.
And apparently I caught the attention of the 585 boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure did.
Yeah, buddy.
No one gets away from us.
Nobody gets away from Johnny.
Danielle said there's no sound. There is on Facebook.
It's always YouTube, man.
YouTube's got to get their stuff going, man. All right. Well, when we post the episode, it'll have sound.
Yeah.
But so let's start back with what you were doing before that.
Yeah.
You said you were in the corporate world.
So probably like both of you, when I went to college, I had aspirations of being an athlete. And when I quickly got to college and started to realize that tutors don't do all your homework for you, like they do in the movies and whatnot, I actually had to focus on a GPA. I did a brief stint at Finger Lakes and an even brief stint on the basketball team. And then I left Finger Lakes, went to MCC, and actually had to focus. And I started to get into, the communication media arts. I did some radio. I did some television. I got to do some newspaper stuff for sports editing. And, that kind of brought me to a lot of cool places. But I don't know, it just didn't feel right. Like it just wasn't a really good fit. So ironically, as soon as I left MCC, I had no direction, no nothing. Right. And my mom was like, look, you're a janitor at night, basically, working for a cleaning company. You're going to a job fair. You need to either get a job or you need to get out. And I'm like, Mom, I'm 21 years old,
Right.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, this is not happening. Right. Shout out Brenda Jacobson, best mom ever. Love her dearly.
My mom.
Yep. So I go to this job fair and I'm just kind of walking around aimlessly. And, there's this woman that's struggling in the food line. And I go up to her and I go offer her help. And she happens to be the recruiter for Paychecks. And so, we start talking and she's like, oh, why don't you come, interview at Paychecks? And I'm like, yeah, sure. No problem. So I interview at Paychecks, and the lady who interviewed me looked me right in the eyes, and like with the coldest, darkest eyes, she's just like, yeah, no, you're not the fit for us. You seem like a job hopper, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, I don't come from money. Right. So everywhere that I've ever worked, I've either left for more or I've
opportunity.
I took an opportunity. Like I don't have have rich parents that are, basically funding my every move.
I feel like
so she slighted.
Yeah.
So, I always joke around, like, don't poke the bear. And she poked it. So the next, I get like 2 weeks later, I get another interview with a different manager. And I just walk in and he's like, why should I hire you? And I said, because who I interviewed with before, I said, I guarantee you hire me, give me a shot. I will outwork every single person that she has on her team right now, because she called me a job hopper and said I wasn't Paychex material. And he goes, cool.
So
Right. So I think I nail it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So long story short, he wants to pass on me and not hire me, but he hands the file over or my resume over to the wrong person. She puts me in the hire pile and not the non-hire pile. So I get I get a mistaken phone call while he's that hiring manager was actually on his honeymoon. So he shows up after his honeymoon thinking he's hired this guy, Brad Franklin. And little does he know, Brett Jacobson's sitting there.
Got him.
And he's like, wait, I passed on you. And I'm like, I'm here.
Surprise.
Yeah.
You hired me.
So I loved paychecks. I loved working in, corporate sales, the competition, the camaraderie and stuff like that, and quite honestly, I had a chip on my shoulder. So,
yeah.
I just kept grinding and grinding and grinding. And that got me all the way to a promotion in which I went to Indianapolis and I sold outside sales. Did really, really, really well out there. And then I left and started my own marketing firm. We did a strategic marketing firm where we were a sales first marketing organization. Obviously, this is going a little bit back. I hate to date myself, but this is before like Facebook had and Instagram had their algorithm and things like that.
Yeah.
So we really focused on driving traffic back to websites and generating leads that way for payroll companies, insurance agents, so on and so forth. And then an opportunity came up where we kind of grew really, really big, really, really fast. And I don't know how it happened, just luck. But we were, they did an article about us in Forbes Fastest 100. And it got sent out to every major metropolitan, business journal all over the country. So all of a sudden, like our daily traffic went from like 1,100 to like 11,000.
Wow.
By noon.
Wow.
And people were and it just kaboomed.
No shit.
So we had an opportunity to be acquired by a larger firm. And, I was like, yep, see you, bye.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that was a cool experience, that 3-year journey. But then I came back to New York. And I took a position as a director of sales and marketing for a wildlife remediation firm out of Albany.
Okay.
So, and that was right before COVID. And obviously everything changed during COVID, but that was like my dream job. Okay. Obviously growing up in Western New York, I'm a little bit of a redneck. Mm-hmm. So, here we are, I'm working with biologists and we're talking about, controlling wildlife on airports all over the country. And I'm getting to host podcasts. I'm getting biologists. I'm getting people all over the country, even all over the world coming on this podcast, being a guest. I get to talk to them about wildlife remediation.
Yeah.
Super passionate about it. It was a dream job. But as soon as COVID hit, everything changed. So, ironically, a good friend of mine, he was the owner of Clutch in Greece, and they decided to open Clutch on the canal in Spencerport. Mm-hmm. So I'm not really doing anything. I'm just sitting around. And one day we're playing golf and the chef calls and he's like, I can't get anybody to come into work and we're packed. And he's like, Brett, can you come help me? Can you come help me? I'm like, dude, I've never worked in a kitchen before.
Yeah.
No, I'm all set.
Yeah.
So then next week he calls. He's like, hey, I could really use your help. I'm like, dude, no, absolutely not. I'm not going to work in a kitchen.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I'm dead set against it. He's like, dude, I've tasted your food. Like, you can do this. And I'm like, all right. What are you going to pay me? He's like, I'll pay you in chicken wings and beer. Sold.
All right.
Okay. Yep. Got him.
I'm in.
So first shift, I come in and I'm wearing jeans, white Nikes, and a white Nike golf hat. And the chef just looks at me and he's like, yeah, that ain't going to work. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, you'll see. When I left, I was so dirty and just, And I'm like, yeah, this ain't going to work. Right. So he goes, hey, man, you did really good tonight. You want to come back? And I'm like, no. So then I don't know. So they con me into it, and I come back for another shift, and another shift leads to another shift, and so on and so on. And then all of a sudden I'm just like, man, I remember being so passionate about this as a kid. My mom was a single mom. She worked late at night. So when she would come home from work during the week, like I always made it a point to make sure she had dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of how I learned how to cook, and along the way, and I'm not talking like cooking. I'm talking like I made her a cheese freaking omelet.
Yeah.
Just something,
Yeah.
spaghetti or, fried egg sandwich or something like that. But then she started to show me little things, and then my aunt started to show me little things, and certain people started to show me little things. And then I just started to get a passion for it. And then, being a hunter, you get all this venison or you get duck or goose meat. So I started messing around with that. And that's pretty much how I fed myself through college.
Yeah.
And then everybody in the dorms kept coming in, hey, and I was that guy. I was that guy.
To see out.
I was the foodie.
Mm-hmm.
And, every single night, people would knock on that door and they'd have no money or anything like that. And, it's like, all right, here, I made some duck stir fry, or I made some venison chili, or hey, here's some tenderloins wrapped in bacon. And
you ain't that shit in college.
Yeah, and I'm
noodles.
that guy. Right.
Yep.
So we ate good during college, and a lot of that stuff kind of led me into being, I wouldn't say semi-successful, but semi-successful at Clutch, because I knew my way around, like, temping stuff and heating stuff. Like I knew what medium rare opposed to medium was. So then I got to learn from a ridiculously talented chef. His name was Chef Corey. And he taught me a ton. He was just a wealth of knowledge. I appreciate it. I loved working underneath him. He was so freaking talented. But he had aspirations. And this is what I quickly am going through right now, is when you get to a certain point, you have to move up, because if you stay, pretty much that's what you're doing. You're just staying, right? There's certain ceilings to this industry that I'm learning on the fly right now. And so he left, and all of a sudden they turn to me and they're like, hey, can you run this kitchen for like 3 weeks? And I'm like, no, like, no, dude, I'm a director of sales and marketing. Like I got stuff going on.
Right.
And they're like, we really want you. Like, we believe in you and stuff. And I'm like, all right. Well, 3 weeks turns into 3 months, and 3 months turns into this and that, and, whatever. And so finally I end up leaving my director of sales and marketing job, and because I'm totally in. I'm all in at this point.
Right.
I love the food industry. I love cooking. It's where my passion is. It's no longer a hobby. And, I'm not going to say I'm good at it or anything, but people are starting to like it. There's starting to be some momentum.
Yeah.
And then, and then I get to release my first menu, and like the pressure
you created it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The pressure is on.
Right.
Yeah. That's
so I made
no one to point at.
No.
Yeah.
So, one of the biggest things that I noticed was, a lot of these like chefs and, even these kitchen managers or sous chefs, like what they can do is not what like the minimum wage 16, 17-year-old kid can do. Right. So I'm like, look, the profit margins in food as low as it is. I'm like, I'm going to create a menu that is bomb, tastes great, has a lot of variation, but we're going to cross utilize as many ingredients. And I'm going to create a menu that a 16-year-old kid I can teach to run, not just fryer, but they can run grill. They can run everything.
Right.
So not only are we paying somebody $16.50 an hour, but we don't have to pay somebody $23 an hour to make the exact same burger,
same
wrap.
shit,
Yeah, same stuff.
Yep.
So that was the goal. And, I don't know how I did it, but we'll call it dumb luck. But yeah, I released it, and I made a bunch of changes. And one of those changes is kind of probably why we're talking here, which is the chorizo meat hot.
Dude, yeah. That I saw that, and anything chorizo, I'm sold. I'm in.
Yeah. So that first menu came out, and man, it went off like crazy. And I still had no idea what I'm doing. I'm making it up as I go. And, I'm a former sales guy, so, you can talk a big game.
Yeah.
And, but when you talk a big game and then, summer at Clutch on the Canal happens and that outdoor seating comes, there's no more talking.
No. Right.
You either do it or you're full of shit.
Yeah.
And luckily I hired some really, really, really great people, and I surrounded
Which is so hard nowadays.
Like, I will say this. All these people in this industry, like I've even watched a little Netflix today, and I was watching this thing on Jamie Oliver, and the entire time it was all about Jamie Oliver, right? And I'm like, dude, that guy's so full of shit. Like, no, that guy was surrounded with talent. Mm-hmm. There were so many people that made that guy who he was. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, cut through that stuff. I was so lucky. I went and I found a really good guy who was like, he was a diner cook, and he taught me just as much as anybody else. And, he was my kitchen manager. And then he brought in a family member of his, and that guy had like 30 years experience. So we just start collecting all these misfit pieces of talent,
the hidden gems.
Yes, absolutely. And before you know it, all of a sudden we're putting out a product that is just, it's good.
Right.
And the success, that followed. Whew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now all of a sudden it's not managing a process, it's managing people's egos. It's managing people's desires.
Yep.
And that's when we got a little bit into the weeds.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, so as far as how I got into it and the backstory, honestly, I woke up one day and I hated selling people on a product that I didn't service. I missed working with my hands, and I just wanted to be on the front line where, like, I'm actually doing something that's, like, how it is today. Some families only go out once a month now.
Right.
And it's their hard-earned money. And I wanted to be on the front line and say, okay, this is what your hard-earned money bought. This is the best meal you're ever going to have.
Right.
Here you go. And then when that started, when my actions and my words and, my talent started to back up that's when it started to get a little different.
Right.
And that was about a year ago.
Yeah.
And then it's brought us to today.
And that's one of those jobs where you can't hide.
No.
Like, you're not able to just kind of sit back in a corner. Like, you're a chef. Like, it's going out there. You're going to get almost instant feedback.
Yeah.
Well, so the one thing that we always laugh about in the service industry is, everybody talks about the Karens, right? Okay, well, I'll tell you this. I could feed 100 people and make them happy. If I make one person angry, those 100 people will not give me a 5-star.
Yeah.
They will not sing praises about me.
Yeah.
But that one person,
right away,
while
she's at the
table, and she will walk back in the kitchen and show me and say, this is how bad you are.
Yeah.
And I'm like, 100%. Okay.
And that always is what people look for, the negative stuff. They're not, you want to see the reviews, but those one negative things pop right out at everyone.
They expect, when they order something, they obviously want it to be good. That's why they're ordering it,
Yeah.
And
I get it. I get it. I totally understand, you know,
but at the same time, they don't know, because I don't, obviously cook, what goes into that, but like, you don't really know what's going on back there. Like,
no,
the normal person that has never done it, but like you said, you're going to get, the bad reviews are coming out
instantly,
right away. Yeah.
Like, you almost have to seduce the good reviews.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll give you free dessert.
Yeah.
Like, I'll have to come out and shake hands and be like, hey, don't forget, get that Google review.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the bad ones, whew, man, they are nasty.
They got no problem going on there. Yeah.
Yep. That's the worst. But
that's even like when, like, on Amazon, I look at the reviews and I skim, like, you'll see 100 good ones, but I want to know what the bad
everybody
ones
goes
have
and
to
looks
say.
and sees what.
Why is it bad?
Yeah, because there's going to be at least one.
Yeah,
for anything.
and most of the time it's just someone who's just had
you
a
got to
bad
take it with a
day.
grain of salt.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Wait till you guys get a little bit more popular and you offend somebody.
Oh,
and you'll come right back to this conversation.
We're waiting for it.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. It's
Brett,
just,
how do we handle this?
we're just wait. Yeah, you can be a PR guy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
So where do you? So for your, like when you came up with the chorizo hot sauce, me hot, where do you find your inspiration for the different things you make?
That's a loaded question. You know what? People won't admit to this, but man, TikTok and Instagram, man, they are awesome tools. I'm no different than anybody else. I will get lost for hours. I was watching a video yesterday and I sent it to a friend of mine. I was like, you ever just get lost in Facebook? And they responded, what hole did you fall into? And it was literally a dude that was feeding a chicken and a pig, and he had a parakeet in the background, and he just had like a Captain America.
I've seen that.
Right. And I watched that guy for like 15 minutes. And then the whole time, like, is he feeding them oatmeal? And then I'm like, ooh, oatmeal. Oh, man, you know what would be good? A parfait for brunch. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm just like, all of a sudden, get out my notepad. Ooh, parfait, loaded parfait.
Yeah.
With a nice little raspberry swirl. Like, let's do this. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Right. And let's do it different. You know, fall fruit's different than spring fruit.
Right.
Like, boom, you know, and then vanilla. And then I'm like, I got to stop.
Yeah.
Right.
Find that base and then you can twist off.
Oh, dude, I'm the worst. Yeah. At 3:00 in the morning, I'll just wake up and I'll just be going to the bathroom and I'll be like, oh, wait, what?
Yeah.
What if I take spin dip and I put it on top of a chicken breast and top it with Parmesan cheese and then throw it in the broiler and then, you know, garnish it with this and then serve it over grilled asparagus and then blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, all right, I got to stop. I got to go.
Yeah.
But, you know, all that predicates, I will look on TikTok. I will find them. Will I copy it straight up? No, not at all. But the chorizo meat hot, I got to give credit to my former kitchen manager. His name was Steve. Him and I were coming up with a brunch menu. I lived in the Midwest, and one of my favorite breakfast foods was a chorizo breakfast taco.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I went down and played golf with my cousin Gene in Houston at the Country Club of Houston, we got to eat breakfast down there. And the thing they brought out was chorizo mixed with eggs, nice little fresh pico on top of it, and and a perfectly made flour tortilla. And I'm like, man, I love chorizo, like chorizo. And him and I were talking about it, and we were like, okay, well, we need a breakfast garbage plate because it's Rochester.
Yeah.
So why don't we make like a meat hot made out of chorizo because it's breakfasty? And him and I came up with it, and I was like, look, I used to work with this guy, and he used to make meat hot this way. Not going to give out any secrets. Don't worry. If anybody's out there with their pen and paper, it ain't happening. Right. It is not happening. And I was like, he used to make it this way. I think if we make it this way with chorizo, like, oh, we got something. And sure shit. I mean, when we made it the first time, banger. He looked at me and I looked at him, and it was just like that tear rolled down. And we both knew we had something. Yeah. And he goes, are you thinking what I'm thinking? I'm like, yeah, we just changed the game.
Yeah.
And so then, and like, keep in mind, I have only been a chef for 3 months at this time.
Oh, no shit.
Like, this is not like years in the making.
Right.
Like, this isn't like I cut my teeth and, I've got blood all over my knuckles. Yep. Like no, this is 3 months and I have no effing idea how to do anything.
Right.
I'm just, So, but we looked at each other and we're like, oh my God, this is it. Like, this is it. Like, and then we went to the owners, and now here's the part where it gets a little dicey. Okay. In any restaurant, there's layers, and there's what the chef creates. And then there's usually like a GM or a owner or two owners and a GM. And you got to win them over on what? Because if they don't like it or they don't think it's going to sell,
won't see the
sorry.
light.
Yeah, they ain't going to see the day of light. So I was like, we got to be careful with how we come about this. So ironically, we come out with this thing called the hangover bowl, right? So we do breakfast potatoes, scrambled eggs, cheese, topped with chorizo meat hot.
Oof.
Right off the get, #1 seller. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
I mean, we're making good
yeah.
stuff too. I mean, we're making cannoli dip stuff, French toast with, I mean, we're just making all sorts of crazy stuff.
Mhm.
And you know, at that time, I mean, we are just launching brunch, and brunch is taking off. I mean, man, Rochester loves its brunch.
Yeah,
So-
they do.
But then all of a sudden, people are coming in, and it's a table of 4, and 3 out of 4 are ordering a hangover bowl with chorizo meat hot.
Damn.
And it's just like, okay, we got it. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, all right, let's just slide it to the owners. So we slide it to the owners, and they look at each other, and they're like, yeah, this is it. And I'm like, thank you. So about a month later, we created that, I want to say in February of 2024. And a month later, his name's David Cordero, great friend of mine. He's actually the president of the Rochester or the New York State Restaurant Association, but the Rochester chapter. He comes in and he's like, "Hey, I've heard a lot about you. You know, I know you guys aren't members." And I'm like, "Here, taste this." And he takes one bite of it and goes, "So there's a meat hot contest, and you need to be in it." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, no." He goes, "It's the end of March." He's like, "I know it's kind of coming up," and I'm like, "Yeah, it's like 3 weeks away."
Yeah.
He's like, "Look, I need you to fill this out. Don't worry about payment. I'll take care of it." He goes, "Rochester deserves to taste this."
Yeah.
And I go, "Okay, let's go." So being in like the corporate America, let's pitch something to a board, or like I got to close a deal at the 11th hour to hit quota for, like, that's my comfort. Okay, now you're going to put me in front of 500 people and go up against 13 other vendors. And I'm talking like,
Season.
yes. And now you're like, hey, good luck. And I'm like, okay. So my mom and her fiance, my sister and her fiance come, and it's at the Blue Barn Cidery. And all of a sudden the health inspector's walking around. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even know they were going to be here. Like, so they're temping stuff. And I'm like, I don't even know if this is going to work. Like, we're not even going to make it out of the gate. Like, they're going to throw our asses out.
Right.
So ironically, they put our booth right next to like the 4-time champion, whatever. And
Perfect.
I'm like, here we go. All right.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to name any names, but you know, great guy, great organization, may or may not already work for them, but but they put us right next to him, and he comes over and he's just like, look, I've been watching the line out the freaking door for you. I need to taste this.
Right.
And he goes, I just like you, I love chorizo, anything chorizo.
Yeah.
Chorizo. He takes a bite of it and he literally just looks at me. He just makes that eye contact, like that deep eye contact.
Yeah.
Like, oh boy.
Yeah.
Here we go. What are we doing here?
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah. And he goes, man, that's the best meat hot I've ever had.
Oh, wow.
Oh, shit.
And I'm like, thanks, man. Like, coming from you.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
right.
I started like, I'm like choked up.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I'm like really choked up. Cause I mean, a lot of people don't understand the amount of hours and sacrifices and the labor and the headaches and the stress that go into it. So to hear somebody literally say, this is better than any meat hot we've ever had or ever made, and this is better than any meat hot that's ever, like, I'm like, oh man. Long story short, they read off the winners, and our first attempt, our first thing, we come in third.
Shit.
And I'm like, and I'm crushed. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a winner.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
hate losing.
Right.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
But then like my mom comes up to me and she sees her baby boy. Like she sees, I'm ready to throw a freaking steam well through a wall right now and challenge somebody to an arm wrestling contest or something.
Yeah.
Like, you want to go to the golf course? Let's go. But she comes out to me and she's like, you know, and my nickname is Pete. And she goes, Pete, I'm so proud of you. She's like, that's insane.
Yeah.
Like, you've only been doing this for less than a year.
That's
Like,
the reality settling.
and then the
you
reality,
down.
yeah, she settles me down, and I'm just like, I look around, and then my GM at the time, you know, she's like, I don't even know what to say. She's like, but we got third.
That's
I'm
a
like,
win.
That's a win.
Yeah.
And then so we leave, and I the next day I get an email from the New York Beef Council, and we had made the 585 smash burger with chorizo meat hot, red onion, and red pepper relish. Basically, our garbage plate on a burger,
Yeah.
minus mac salad, because everybody does that.
Right.
So, and they're like, "Hey, congratulations! You've been nominated for best burger in the state." I'm like, wait, what? Wait, what? Say what?
Can you say that again?
Yeah, I need you to repeat that.
Slower.
Yeah. And I'm like, how'd you get my number? And they're like, well, you know, so and so, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, but congratulations, you've been nominated. And I like, is this a prank call? Like,
Who the hell
Is this the
this?
585
yeah,
boys?
yeah. Is this Becky with the good hair? Like, I didn't call back last week. I'm sorry. So,
fucking with me?
yeah, seriously. Like, what kind of prank is this? I felt like Shadir Sanders when Atlanta called him.
Dude,
Ooh.
that's great.
Too soon? Too soon?
Oh,
Too soon?
not at all. It was
we'll talk about
hilarious.
That was rough.
Yeah.
That was rough.
That was
Yeah,
rough.
but hey, man, he had it coming.
I know he did.
Does
He did it to himself.
Yeah.
You pull up in a stretch
I
limo
thought-
to an interview.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, no, I got,
that was
I got the Ford
hilarious.
Escape outside.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can't be
right.
doing that shit.
With the 2 car seats in the back.
Yeah, he's a college kid.
Yeah.
You can't do that shit.
But so then I walk out of that, and I'm like, holy crap! Like, people are like, we're getting some traction here. Like, people are starting to notice. And I walk out, and I just go up to the owners and I say, hey, look, I have a marketing and sales background. I'm not here to cook food. I'm here to sell food. I said, this is it. This is what will make or break us. And unfortunately, they did not agree. So, like I said, you got to sell the owners and you got to sell
Right.
stuff like that on it. So, you know, creative differences. But, you know, hey, you know, I played along, good soldier, like whatever.
Yep.
So we make it to the 11th spot in Burger of the Year in New York. If we make it to the top 10, I get to go in front of a panel and do like the whole Top Chef thing and throw my burger in front of a panel of people.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we miss it by 1.
Wow.
And man, that competitive side. I mean, I know both of you guys were former athletes. Man, that ate alive.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, yeah.
It hurts, man.
It
Yeah,
hurts.
that-
It hurts. Yeah, that's like
That
missing
sucks.
That's like missing a fastball low and away by just that much. When you got to go opposite,
You just gotta
Yep.
go sit down.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
So I go and I go back to the drawing board, and I got to come out with a summer menu, and that whole summer in the back of my head, I'm just like, Meat Hot Fest, New York burger, New York, like it's on my mind.
Yeah.
But it's summer, and all of a sudden, shrimp tacos and lobster rolls are freaking rolling out. And I mean, I never cooked with lobster. Man, I grew up poor as shit.
Yeah.
I never had lobster. Are you kidding me?
No. Yeah.
Exactly.
No, bro.
Now you gotta cook it.
Yeah, now I gotta cook it. But you know, it's not. So I see all these people like Maine. Like I took it personal. I'll be honest. I saw all these people sharing Maine's cousin lobster truck comes to Country Max in Brockport. And then this,
Never even heard of it.
No.
No, you will now. Trust me.
I guess so.
Yeah.
And they're all coming to Rochester, and everybody's like, "Oh, you got to try these lobster rolls. These lobster rolls." I'm like, "Man, fuck that shit."
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm like, I got this.
Yeah,
like, get out of my way.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, let's do lobster rolls. And
Yeah.
everybody's like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Trust me." And the owner's like, "No way." And I'm like, "Dude, I'll put up the money first. I'll buy the lobster. You know, if it don't sell, I'll take the heat." And they're like, if you believe it enough. Like, I'm like, yeah, dude, it's going to work. Man, we sold out in like 3 hours. Boom, boom. And then every week, all of a sudden, do you guys got lobster rolls? Do you guys got lobster rolls? So like that takes over. And then the shrimp tacos. You guys got those Baja shrimp tacos. And then like, so summer's just taking on a whole different.
And you
going
have
a totally
you
different
got to
way,
compete with these places coming in.
Yeah,
Adapt.
absolutely.
They're gonna that's gonna speak. They're if people are running there, then
people are calling us in October and like, hey, do you have lobster rolls? And I'm like, man, we shut that down like a month ago. And they're getting pissed.
Yeah.
And then, and then all of a sudden I'm like, you know what we should be doing? We should be doing birria. Like birria tacos, like everybody on Facebook, TikTok.
Yeah.
Right. I said, man, I looking at the ingredients and I kind of look over, and I ain't going to tell you what I use or any of that stuff, but I'm like, oop, cheat code. Yeah. And so a simple process, I dumb it down because I didn't go to culinary school.
Right.
I'm not one of those robots that comes out of, culinary school and stuff like that. And so I'm like, if I got to find a shortcut, I'll find a shortcut.
Yeah. The black and white version.
Yeah.
All right. So all of a sudden, I'm making birria and people are coming in, and no offense to anybody, but like when you go to a Mexican restaurant and, authentic, like you see that 70-year-old Mexican woman in the back pressing flour tortillas, you're in a good you know where you came.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. It's the same thing. I mean, like, you go to Aladdin's, right? And you don't hear any English on the line. Mm-hmm. Like, you're going to get, you're in the right place. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So all of a sudden you hear me blasting Creed because I'm in my feelings in the back kitchen, but you're eating this birria taco. And
this is Taco Bell food.
Yeah. And they're like, they come back and they look and they see me and I'm like, yep.
That gringo's making
this husky, handsome white dude. They just, and they're like, no way. And then all of a sudden you start getting compliments on it, and all of a sudden now it becomes a staple.
Yeah.
So now you got the birria tacos, you got the birria, and then all of a sudden you start rolling into fall, and I'm like, dude, ramen noodles, like all these, loaded ramen bowls. I'm like, dude, here we go. We're gonna do a birria ramen.
Oh my God.
All of a sudden now it's like boom, boom. So now we're firing on garbage plates. We're firing with chorizo meat hot, the 5A5 burger, the lobster rolls, the shrimp tacos, and the birria, and like all of a sudden now we got a menu that nobody else in Rochester is really competing on.
Right.
And that's when it started to kind of like, oh boy,
getting bigger and bigger. Yeah.
And then we start messing with the wing sauces. And I'm like, everybody talks about Jeremiah's and their Nollins.
Right.
And literally I had this dude, he's like, oh, your wings are good, but Nollins are the best. I'm like, you want Nollins sauce? Watch out. I go in the back and I'm like, F this dude. I'm going to show him.
Hold my beer, bitch.
Pretty much. Yeah. And I hate to come across that, but man, the dude rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah.
Like, like this is my life. Like this is my livelihood.
Yeah.
That's how I feed my kids and stuff.
Yeah. Right.
So you're going to call me, second best? No, we ain't having it.
Yep.
So I go in the back and I just whip up what's called the mafia sauce. And, it's basically, I'll give this one out. That's fine. It's a hot honey buffalo with a little crumbly blue and some other proprietary seasonings and stuff like that. But when it comes out, it's garnished with fresh parsley and fresh crumbly blue. And you take a bite of that, it's like, he just kind of looks at me and goes, yeah, this is better. I'm like, yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Right? Yeah. I win. I want you right now to go to Jeremiah's and you tell them.
That's fucking awesome.
You're number 2 now.
Yeah, okay? You're number 2. So all of a sudden, like, we're starting to just, we're just popping off at all different places.
Yeah.
And then like the calendar starts coming out. I told you I had that written down, that Meat Hot Fest.
Yeah.
Like I'm coming. Yeah. I'm coming. And so then all of a sudden out of nowhere, we get invited back to the Meat Hot Festival. And And ironically, we were actually going to pull out because my kids were sick. They had it was like the Nokuru virus or whatever.
Oh,
I can't even pronounce it the right way.
And so many kept rolling out.
Yeah. So forgive me, nurses. So then I catch it and I'm literally like dead. And like slept for like 2 straight days, throwing up, going to the bathroom, all that gross stuff. And so the owner's like, look, if you can't go, we're not going. And I said, I will be right. We're not canceling.
Right.
I said, under no circumstances, I don't care. We're not canceling. And he's like, I just don't believe that we can do this. And I said, I told you to go all in on me in the month of March.
I don't have 2 kids from pulling out.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
Hey, wow.
Yeah, use that, man.
Hey, you guys can borrow that if you need it.
I got it.
Man. So what were we talking? No, I'm just kidding. So there I am pulling out. Yeah. So there I am with my second COVID child. So I pull myself together and we show up, and it's the owner and the GM and I, and then the GM doesn't feel good, and then the owner has to go back to the restaurant. So I'm sitting here and I'm working the booth all by myself. And I'm like, like I'm looking around and everybody, there's like 4 or 5 people from each restaurant and catering company. And they're having the time of their life. Well, sure as shit, Archery's meat hot is, the word is out. So, we're busy. I am just like, cagoon, cagoon. I'm just pouring and I'm just sweating and I'm just working this booth by myself. And I'm just like, I just go up to some guy and it's just poor guy, and I just grab him by the arm. I go, "Can you go get me a bottle of water?" And he probably thought I was nuts.
Save me.
Yeah, but I'm just like, please, please. But so then, we had a really good showing, and the first year that I did it, I thought we did better. I thought there was way more momentum, and there's more, like, I felt so much more confident that year.
Really?
I don't know if it was just because like time was flying by, or I was by myself, or maybe heat stroke. I don't fucking know.
Right.
But I'm like, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. And so the way it's set up, they have 3 judges, right? One of the judges was a chef at Doughboys. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Super talented guy. Shameless plug. Doughboys Rochester, best wings in Rochester, by the way. And it's not even close. So go to Staggers Brewery. Staggers? Yeah. Dude, look it up. Go there. Those guys, they do wings the right way. It's like a totally different way that you've ever had a chicken wing, but my goodness, they are the best.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyways, so the chef from there, he's on he's one of the judges. I don't know the third judge, but the second judge, but the third judge is Abby Sullivan, who's from Fox Rochester News.
Okay.
So she did an interview and got this whole meat hot thing hyped up or whatever. So I'm like, all right, here we go. Well, so there's the judges panel. So they blind taste test each meat hot. Then there's the fan favorite award. And that's the big one. That's where all the people that bought tickets and they come in, those people vote. So the first year, like, I had people come to support us. Second year, like, my mom had plans. My sister was out of, I'm like, man, nobody's here. So then they read off the winner for the judges. And they're like, unanimous decision for the first time ever. Clutch on that kind of. And I'm just like, oh my God.
Shit.
So I'm just like I start choking up.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, oh my God. Like, we just did it.
This is the one.
So I walk by, and some of the competitors, like a guy by the name of Chef Jeff, he's from The Edge in Spenceport. Great little place. He's got a great restaurant. He's got a great business model. He's killing it, right? So, this guy has way more experience in the industry, and he like jumps out from behind the booth and like gives me a hug, and he's like, do you know what you just did?
That's
And I'm just
awesome.
like, I know, man. Like, I know, I don't know. I don't know what to do with my hands. So
Right.
then I walk down, and then Matt Reese from, BTB, who's won this several times, he jumps out and he's like, finally, they got it right from last year. And I'm like,
wow.
man, that felt so good to hear. And then his partner, Connie, she gives me a hug. And I'm like, all these people are giving me hugs. And I'm just like, dude, I'm a big dude, but on the inside, I watch a lot of Hallmark movies during Christmas season. So I'm like, I'm an emotional mess. And then, so I go back to the booth, and my GM and owner have come back finally, and for the award ceremony. And they're like, oh my God, you did it. And I'm just like, oh my God, I got to call my mom.
Yeah.
And I'm in the corner. I totally forgot that there's more categories. And then all of a sudden it's clutch on the canal, I'm like,
no shit.
So we end up being the first ever restaurant to win multiple categories. And we're the first restaurant to clean sweep, basically. And because one of the categories that was the best traditional or whatever, we weren't even up for, because we're not a traditional meat hot.
Right,
we weren't even entered in that. So, I mean, I'm like holding plaques, and like, they're like, do you want to speak? I'm like, I can't breathe.
Yeah.
I'm like, I would love to speak right now, but I cannot breathe. And, dude. So then on my way back, I'm just like, the people that came there to support me, they were great. And it just, like, the sense of accomplishment and the sense of relief. So all that came off like 2 weeks before. So like, you want to talk about redirecting or re-steering a ship.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a guy by the name of Anthony from Eat Local. Everybody knows him. He's all over the place. Here's the 5 places I'm going in.
Right.
There's 5 places going to Edinburgh today, guys.
That's him.
Yep. And so he's got a huge following. And then all of a sudden he calls me out of nowhere. And this is like 2 weeks before the Meat Hot Festival. And he's like, hey, I heard you have a chorizo meat hot. I need to come try. And I'm like, who the hell is this? And I'm like, yeah, everybody needs to try it, but who are you?
Yeah.
Right,
And he's like, oh, this is Anthony from E Local. Like, oh, cool, bro. And so all of a sudden he comes in. Yeah, he comes in, and he takes one bite of our garbage plate. And his thing was, I'm going to try 100 garbage plates in New York.
Wow.
God,
Dude, he tries ours and goes, this is the best garbage plate in New York. This chorizo meat hot is insane. Like, I mean, his food review of that, dude, me and my one kitchen guy, we walked in the back and both of us just started tearing up.
Yeah.
Because we're like, like, we knew what we had.
Yeah.
Right.
But we needed somebody of his credibility to say it.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So then all of a sudden, the next 2 weeks, so he releases a video. Our sales go up 1,700% in garbage plates.
Holy shit.
Then the next week, they go up to 2,200%.
Wow.
Then we win the Meat Hot contest. Then we make it to the top of the New York State Burger Contest. Then I get nominated for Chef of the Year in the Carla Hall contest, in which I'm currently second. Shameless plug.
Yep. No, I wanted to ask
we'll
you
get
about
there.
that.
But, now that's a national contest.
Yeah.
And all in the month of March.
That's
Here it comes.
crazy.
Boom, 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 boom. And that's like, holy shit, what do we do?
right.
We got to hold on.
Yeah. That's
And-
it.
Man.
Yeah. So I just have a question
Go
about the contest, the Meat Hot contest. Do you guys mess with it at all from year to year?
You're not supposed to. It's supposed to be whatever you serve in restaurant.
Okay.
But are there people? I'm not going to say that. Yes.
Of course. Yeah.
Okay.
There might have been a guy next to us that all of a sudden shit out some great flavored meat hot on the spot.
Yeah.
You know, well, whatever. I mean, if it's better than chorizo meat hot, if it's better than this meat hot, like, fine, you deserve it.
You got it.
If the people want it, number one, then they get it. Number one.
So it
They're
was
gonna speak.
basically the same recipe as the year before.
Bro, that recipe will never change.
Okay.
Yeah.
As long as there's oxygen in my lungs.
I mean, why?
Yeah, I
Why
know.
should it?
Yeah. Yep.
And don't worry, you guys have some. You guys have the first jarred,
Oh, we're gonna be
labeled
after that.
chorizo meat hot,
I am gonna be.
and it may or may not have the 585 boys logo already on it.
I'll shit myself.
Presents later. Yeah. But here's the thing, though. Okay,
Don't do this to my emotions.
I'm not. Trust me, it's not. It is not. This is not toying with your emotion. But here's the thing, right? So, what we strived to do was what we noticed in the industry. Okay, and I'm sure you guys noticed this too. Okay, now we all grew up in the same, same era, I guess you could say, right?
Yeah.
That late night Jimmy Z's,
Yep.
Nick Tahoe's.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
when you're in college, right? That 2:00 food, that 2:00 plate. You're from Brockport, you're from Rochester, you're from anywhere in the 585 area code. You're going to Henrietta Hots, Fairport Hots, Dogtown, Jimmy Z's. Loved it, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
Well, that's dead.
Yeah.
That's done.
Yeah.
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 Gone.
It
Stick a
is.
fork in it.
Yep.
It's gone. Post-COVID, the late night drinkers, gone.
As soon as
Everybody just
COVID, yeah.
pops them freaking vapes and their gummies,
Yep.
and they sit in front of,
Once everyone realized that they could stay home and party and do whatever they needed to do and not go out,
It's kind of
everything was done.
it's kind of sad though,
it is kind of
It's-
sad, but
because that was fun. I mean, that shit was fun.
That atmosphere,
I mean, that was fun.
like that Brockport atmosphere.
Yeah, but like, have you ever gone to Tahoe's?
yes.
Well, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
First
Like,
off, you're not. If you've never gotten into a fight in the parking lot of Tahoe's,
like-
you're not from
yeah.
Rochester.
Like that
if you've never
just-
fought a crackhead
Yeah,
over
man.
a plastic
Yeah, man.
fork,
I've had them. I've
or
had
at
them.
least had to push away a prostitute.
I've had them
yeah.
skip me in
or
line.
bought one for your drunk buddy.
I've had them skip
Get
me in
this guy
line
away from me.
when I'm trying to order something because I didn't order fast enough.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
I
dude,
went up there and I'm
those
like, can I get it? And he's like, all right, next.
No,
I'm like,
yeah.
damn. Like,
Yeah.
Bro, I
'Cause
can't
you're the
decide.
asshole.
Do I want baked beans and a red
I
hot,
don't
or do I
know.
want?
I don't
Yeah.
know. Like,
That's why you just walk up. You know. Hey,
Dude,
cheeseburger plate, mac home
didn't-
fries, everything on it.
Yeah, be
they didn't
ready.
write shit
Yeah.
down. I don't know how they
No.
got money from people. Like they
I don't know.
they knew though.
They still don't take cash or don't take credit cards.
No, no.
It's still a cash business.
Yeah.
I live
Crazy.
right around the corner from there. I had one a couple weeks ago. It's terrible.
Yeah.
So,
it's
which,
not the
my
same.
segue into this is I felt I needed to create a garbage plate that you could eat at 11 a.m., 3 p.m., 7 p.m.,
Yep.
and 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And so, there's some tinkering and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, because I'm that person that I don't care what time it is. If it's, especially if it's a new place and they have a
Yeah.
garbage plate, I'm trying it. So
Mhm.
I want to be. Yeah,
I feel like
there.
every time I go to a restaurant and there's a garbage plate on the menu, whoever I'm with will at least say, I might get the garbage plate.
Yeah.
Whether they get it or not, that's
Yeah.
one thing, but they always say it. There's at least one person that's like, I might get that garbage plate.
Well, because that's how I am. Like if there's a select things. If there's garbage plate, different steaks,
Yeah.
anything chorizo. If it's something I haven't tried with chorizo, I gotta try it. Like that's why it was clutch with that sauce, because people that really love chorizo and know chorizo, like you got to do it well, because they're going for that for a specific reason.
Oh,
It's,
yeah. For sure.
So it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, it's not a flavor you can recreate from anything.
No, no.
Like, I don't know. Like what I always like, my pitch at this meat hot festival was like, okay, so this is our clean label chorizo meat hot. Unlike most places, it's not made with grade D meat, so it's very thick. It's not as greasy,
Yep.
and it's not going to tear your stomach apart in
Yeah,
about 30
That's
minutes.
big.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's big too.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, it's bold, it's big on flavor, everything is great about it.
Yep.
And I mean, look, I don't know what the future holds for me in the culinary industry here in Rochester. It is
But
very
it's good now.
It is it is complex.
Yeah.
It's complex. It's filled with people's egos. It's filled with, you go to a restaurant or you switch employers and you walk into a kitchen and people have been doing it there for 40 years, 30 years. And you walk in and you're like, hey, I do it better. Yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
It's so hard. Like what I'm at right now, like I'm trying to win over the people and prove to them that I'm one of them before I just start like, hey guys.
I mean, from the sounds of it with you, it's like, I don't think you have anything to prove.
No.
You're doing it. You're just do what you're doing, and the work
speaks for itself.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But it's the opportunity to showcase your food, right. So you go to a place that's been in business for 30 years, and you're like, hey man, my burger's better, or my meat hot is better, or like this is better, or that is better, or my way is better. Yeah, no, dude, you're out.
Yeah,
you're quick out. Watch how fast you go.
Yes.
Right? This isn't like President Trump taking over for Biden and he brings his whole cabinet in.
Right.
Yeah.
No, this is, I walk in and I have to inherit all these people.
Yeah.
Yes.
And now I got to I got to earn their respect.
Yeah.
I got to outwork them. I got to outdog them. You know what I mean?
A lot of shit on your back.
Almost starting over.
Yo, dude, it's completely starting over. Honestly, it would be easier just to open up your own place. But then opening up your own place
comes with its own.
It's a lot.
It's a huge risk.
And, my two youngest, Maverick and Noah, they're 4 and 3. Maverick's going to be 5 here in a little bit. I mean, they're at that age where like, man, I'm going to have to start coaching baseball.
Yeah.
You want to know what my work week last week was like? Put it this way. Yesterday I slept all day. Today I crammed everything I could in one day off.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
It's the restaurant business.
It's hard, man.
There's no break.
No. And I mean, I'm going to be 41 in July. Man, these legs are they are weathered.
Yeah.
Pretty soon I'm gonna be like, you ever seen the Copper Fit commercial with Brett Favre and he's throwing it there, right?
Yeah,
it's gonna be like that in the chef game.
Oh,
I'm gonna be flipping burgers and be like, and then put that Copper Fit sleeve on and be like, happy as a clam.
There you go. Look, you're one sponsor away from retiring.
Yeah. Hey, Copper Fit.
Yeah, perfect.
But I haven't seen a chef on a Copper Fit commercial.
Did that part of it deter you? Was that any way of a deterrent for you? Like those hours, it's different. And how did you adjust to it? Because it is different.
A guy by the name, shameless plug, Dane Kaplan. Okay. He was a sales rep for Paychex down in Baltimore. Phenomenal guy. Love the guy. Okay. He told me one time, he goes, you know what, Brett, you just got to embrace the grind. And man, that was probably 15 years ago. And I still remember that to this day. It's one of my favorite sayings.
Yeah.
Okay. In my kitchen, we always used to say hard work beats talent and talent doesn't work hard.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man, I may not be the most talented guy, but I'm going to outwork you.
Yeah.
Right. And then, just embrace the grind. And unfortunately, man, if you're one of those people that looks at the clock, and we've all been there.
Yeah.
Man, I want to go home. I'm tired. I miss my kids.
Yep.
Like, man, I just want a bologna and cheese sandwich and a Pepsi right now.
Yeah.
I don't want to be making this freaking lobster scallop mac and cheese. Like, man, I really want a Hot Pocket.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, another shameless plug. If Hot Pocket wants to sponsor me, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I eat that shit 5 times a week.
You could probably make them a new chorizo.
Easy.
I'll eat that shit.
Yeah.
I'll put that in my freezer all day long.
All
getting
day
crazy
long.
now. Getting crazy.
Yeah, we're getting nuts right now.
I haven't seen one out there.
Man, did we just come up with a business
I
plan?
think so.
I mean, what was it? Wait, time out. Was there a contract at the back of that?
That non-disclosure and release form. You should have read the fine print.
Yeah, I know.
That's fucking crazy though.
But yeah, no, I mean, the hours and stuff like that, does that deter you? I mean, yeah, 100%. It sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks, man. It's hot.
Yeah.
You ever work in a kitchen with no AC in freaking August? It sucks.
Yeah.
Or when you like last year, unfortunately the Spenceport Carnival kind of ended in some chaos.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
I didn't.
yeah, I'm going to be politically correct here, but there was a lot of unwanted guests that came in from, that were bussed in and whatnot. And, unfortunately, like the downtown Union Street of Spencerport, Main Street of Spencerport turned into almost like a rally. And there's a lot of there was a lot of chaos.
What are you doing?
Exactly. I mean, let's put it this way. The C-Zone barracks cleared out. Arden police cleared out. State troopers came in, and they were literally in front of storefronts.
Come on.
Protecting storefronts.
In the town of Spencerport.
In the town of Spencerport.
Wow.
And guess what? Everybody from the carnival came into clutch.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then people were like, then the sheriffs came in and I had to meet them at the door and they're like, are you guys in compliance with the attendance or whatever? And I'm like, absolutely not. And they're like, I was like, do you want to clear them out? And they're like, man, we've done enough today. You got this? I said, I mean, they're not going anywhere. They're not breaking anything.
Right.
And I said, we're fine.
Yeah.
And I go, we got people hiding out in the kitchen from gunfire and stuff. Like, so we're good, man. I go, I'm like,
in place, yeah.
And they're like, is everybody of age? I said, yeah. Sure. I think so. Yeah. And I'm like, but I go, but no, I said the bartenders, they card everybody. I said, if we miss them at the door, the bartenders, it's just, whatever. Like, I mean, I got a guy that I know, he's at the door, he's checking IDs. He doesn't know what Connecticut fake looks like.
Not gonna, especially when you got that many people.
Yeah.
What are you gonna,
but then the bartender, they scan it, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, like, are we serving no.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're way over, the fire marshal's recommendation of 192 people. We're at like probably 400. I mean, we're packed. And, your boy, Captain Boyle was there, so I mean,
of course he was.
Yeah, he was. We're there and we're hanging out. And I mean, like that night, for example, I had started at 9 a.m. I did not leave until 3 a.m.
Damn.
And then I had to turn it right around for Sunday brunch starting at 10 a.m.
Lovely.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah,
That's
it's
tough.
terrible.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks. Or like even now, you work in a kitchen that doesn't have any freaking windows. It's like a prison.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like you walk out for break, it's sunny, and then you walk out and it's dark and you're like, what happened to the day?
Yeah.
But that's just the nature of the business. And you know what? Like the intensity, the grind, like, man, I live for that shit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's kind of being like, hey, Marine, you like sleeping under the stars and in the dirt? Fuck yeah. Let's go.
Signed up for.
That's what I signed up for.
Go.
Yep.
Right. Exactly. So, embrace the grind. So good question, by the way.
Yeah.
Tony.
Thank you.
Let's hit this top 20. I mean, now you're top 5. Yeah.
Yeah. Top 5.
Let's hit that. So, especially because
how about we get some votes?
I was just gonna say because we got to spread some love.
Yeah, spread the love.
Getting the votes out.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. What who is this lady? What is this competition? Like,
no, I got you. I'm gonna shamelessly steal one of Johnny's tins here real quick. All right, so Carla Hall is a celebrity chef on the Food Network, and she has a magazine. Don't quote me on it. I think it's like Taste of Good Living or something, or Good Living Taste or something.
Yeah, I saw it too.
I should probably know that, and I apologize. Whatever.
I read it on the page.
Yeah, Taste of Home. Taste of Home. Thank you. Okay,
you're welcome.
Yeah, hey.
I came up with it. So.
Yeah, you did. So she, in an effort, so the culinary industry, and keep in mind, I don't come from the culinary industry.
Right.
I am a corporate guy. I'm a snob, man.
Yeah.
I'm one of those shirt and tie dicks. Okay. I'm that sales guy that probably
That
lied to you at
everyone
one
tries
point.
to avoid and hates.
Yeah, and hates, but
Yeah.
man, do they buy from you?
Yeah.
He flash the blue eyes and dimples in this sign. So Carla Hall, so the Culinary Institute, our industry as a whole, right? It's struggling a little bit. Okay. Dude, some of these kids nowadays, this next generation, they just don't want to work.
Yeah.
You know, there's money in
Yep.
podcasts. There's money in TikTok. There's money in being an idiot.
The easiest way they can make money, that's what they're going to.
And guess what? They can make it nowadays.
Yeah.
We were not fortunate.
All
we
this
actually
shit
had
is
to learn.
new and confusing to us.
Yeah.
So it's too complicated.
Yeah. Like I watched my dad text and he's like this. And
Yeah.
I watched my mom text and she's got to put her readers on. I do the same thing. And then all of a sudden my kid though is got a podcast and a live stream of him playing video games and he's making money.
Yeah.
What
Yep.
the hell?
Yeah. Better than
talking
anything
about?
we're doing.
Dude, I'm sweating in 170-degree kitchens making fucking chorizo meat.
Oh, yeah.
Meanwhile, he's playing video games and eating Snickers and fucking Sour Patch
Right.
Kids.
Right.
Yeah, I watched the dumbest thing yesterday. I watched a kid make probably $10,000 in sponsorship by testing out some sort of sour powder. He took a lick of some freeze-dried mango, stuck it in some blue, red, whatever. And I mean, that guy is sponsored. I mean, he's
These
making
kids
money.
just know how to do it.
Absolutely. And he's what? Probably 19 years old. So whatever. Anyways, you got me sidetracked. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The Knob Creek has said
Look,
it.
pisses me off.
Yeah. Okay, boomer. Yeah. What them young bloods say these days. So Carla Hall, Taste of Home, the Culinary Institute obviously is struggling because all these kids nowadays can make money elsewhere. So, like, you know, in the education system, there's not enough money to send people to Womoko to learn a trade like cooking. So the James Beard Foundation is just that. It's the solution for that. So this whole contest is basically a giant fundraiser off the back of the popularity and the skill of people like myself in order to drive
Good attention.
to drive attention to this major issue, as well as to, you know, raise funds for the next generation of chefs.
Sure.
And one of the questions in this contest was, you know, if you win this $25,000, what would you do with it? And I said flat out, 110%, and I don't care if anybody holds me to it. Fine. The day if I am blessed enough to win, I will walk that check right down to the Womoko and Spenceport and hand it right to them in their culinary arts. I actually had lunch with a chef over there who's in charge of it, and I told him that. You know, and that's it, you know, because now they have money to, you know, invest in this program. And, you know, I mean, believe it or not, I mean, when I was in high school, I wanted to be a chef. I applied for Pennsylvania Culinary.
I did actually the same thing.
But then, you know, I don't know. You're a little popular. Okay, fine. You're good looking and you're athletic, and all of a sudden you're like, cooking's not really that cool.
I would have went to New York City.
Yes,
but it was too expensive.
And then I got the bill for it. It's $32,000, and I'm like, no.
There was no way.
I'll go try my luck at community college.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, and that's ultimately what I did.
Yeah.
And now it's like, okay, but this foundation and this cause, like, if there's a dude out there right now and he's in the same position I was, and he comes across this, and I have any way, shape, or form have the ability to help him, 110%, dear God, vote for me, because that money's going right to that kid.
Yeah.
And maybe he's the next one that comes up with something different than chorizo and freaking meat hot.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
it'll happen though. That's the thing, is it would.
Yeah. And hopefully he changes the game, you know?
And I feel like this is kind of off on a tangent too, but schools are so much to blame for that bullshit, because Brockport
Ooh, teed him up.
pissed
Here he
me the
goes.
fuck
Yeah,
off.
this
Here he goes. Here we go. Here we
Yeah,
go. Here we go.
I'm gonna air it out.
Everybody
Let's
buckle
go.
up.
No,
Buckle
because
up.
all right. So I've been in the trades all my life with, luckily, because of my dad.
Yep.
But in school, it was always, oh, you know, they picked their kids that they'd be like, all right, here's colleges. You have to go to college. You got to do this, and then you kids go to Womoco, and they made, from my perspective, they made it out to be like, if you're dumb and retarded, go to Womoco or whatever.
Yeah.
But
If you're dumb and retarded,
you know, but
politically speaking,
and they
politically
say
correct.
if you want to be successful and get somewhere in life, you have to go to college.
Yes. They
Now,
definitely push that. Yep.
I mean, not even now. Like, 10 years ago, I wish they would have pushed me to Womoco, because I wish I would have learned the skills that, like, through that system, and been much happier instead of wasting
wasting time.
Yeah, and it's like, and now, now that I've been doing it for so long on my own in the trades, you can make all the money you want to make.
Oh, yeah.
As hard as you want to work,
open right
you
now.
can make the money you want to make. But the schools don't tell you that with the culinary or
Well, not only
with
that,
the trades,
it's the opposite, because I remember when we were in school, what did you think of when you heard of, oh, he goes to Womoco?
I got to get on a short bus, and I'm dumb.
That's
what they made you think.
Honestly, I'll be honest. That's what I thought.
That's
too.
exactly what I thought.
That's what 100%. I thought too.
And that's
just so wrong.
The teachers almost looked down on it too.
Yeah, I know. Like, because they felt slighted that you weren't coming to their.
Oh, you're not going to go get an education
with that.
And the truth behind it is,
I am. But
I am kind of dumb, but I am good at trades. I am good in the trade. Like
I saw another Brockport guy. Another Brockport plug. James Hargis, right? Yeah. Everybody know James Hargis, right? Yeah. Okay. So James Hargis one time said to me, he's like, "Yeah, I'm one of those people that." He goes, "I pick up heavy things and make them not heavy." And I'm like, "Oh, cool. What do you do for a living?" "I work with elevators." Like that is the best way to describe his job.
That elevator, you're in the elevator union. You are banking.
He's he's like some,
or like okay,
like I don't know. I think he's like up above.
He's up there.
Like he's not.
James Hargis, please comment on the comments below. I know you're watching. I already saw that you're watching.
Comments we could get back
I told you this one was going to be a good one. Yeah, I told you this is going to be a good one. No, but and then another guy that I'm friends with, his longtime friends. He was my neighbor growing up. His name's Mike Stevenson, right? Mm-hmm. Him and his brother Justin.
Yep.
They went to Womoco, and Mikey went for welding. And all of a sudden, underwater welding and stuff like that. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Do you know how much payroll I would have had to freaking slang just to make what that dude makes in a month?
Welding is huge.
I ran into Josh Cliff years ago, randomly in the city. I think I was working for Dish, installing a city house's dish, and I ran into him, and he was in welding. He's welding now, and the money he was telling me he makes is unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's just like,
well, even another good buddy of ours, his name's Corey Manners.
Yep.
Okay.
Corey was on your Shakesters.
Yeah, Shakesters.
Yeah.
All right. So Corey, another Shakesters buddy of ours, right? Same thing. That dude, okay, now, I'll say it, fine. He fucked off in school, okay? But this kid is brilliant, okay?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, one of the smartest people I know, and one of my favorite people of all time. Yeah. I'll be honest. Okay,
dude,
I love that dude. As soon as I see him, my life gets better. Right?
Yeah.
So, but I asked him. I'm like, man, what do you do for a living? He's like, oh, I drive around and I install signs. And then all of a sudden, it's like, how did you get a property in North Carolina? Well, Brett. And it's like. Man, dude, like, so it's almost like these guys and these people that went to Womoco, it's like, man, maybe Womoco was right all along.
Yeah. Because it was the opposite when we were in school.
Don't
it really
get me.
was.
Yeah, like
it was bullshit.
We'll skip over the the beauty and the hair salon people, but
I'm not gonna go crazy.
Sorry, PTSD.
I will say, truly pampered, the masseuse there, Penny.
Ooh.
I go every month every month. She is.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is. I don't
Say
know.
it.
She's
Yeah,
a
I mean, I
queen.
know,
She's a
like
queen.
Claire Kenna. I did some stuff with her to start her blogging and stuff like that back in the day. She owns a salon on Monroe. Like, yeah, like they're doing it all right. They're doing all right,
yeah,
right?
for sure,
for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, like some of these other people, it's just like, all right.
Yeah.
Thanks for the fucked up buzz cut. Can I get half my ear back? Like, cool. No, nice
Speaking
neck
of
tattoo. Yeah.
Best damn barber around is right across the
Jeremy.
street here, Jeremy.
Next level.
So damn good. Just went there.
All right.
Just went there.
Yeah.
This is totally off topic, but dude, I just feel weird when I don't know. I can't go to a barber.
Really?
I can't. I've never been, and I won't. I don't know.
What do you do? Cut your own?
No, fuck no. I look like a man that cuts his own hair. I ain't got time.
Yeah, I would not do that well.
No, man.
No,
Are you kidding
no,
me? Dude,
no.
come on, man.
You got it.
I got fresh
Right.
for you. I got fresh for you guys.
I
today.
never-
Here, check that out. Look at that.
Yeah.
I got fresh.
It's
Hell
looking
yeah.
crispy.
It's crisp.
I
It
never,
looks-
And it's fresh off the golf course too.
never used to go
And it was a windy day.
Yeah.
to
Look at
like an
that
actual barber. You're the one who told me about Jeremy years ago.
You're welcome, Jeremy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, the 585 boys,
Right.
also known as the plug boys.
Yeah,
Yeah, right. Yeah, we'll
No,
plug.
he is-
We'll plug
He
everything.
is the shit. Real
Yeah.
deal for sure.
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
Real deal.
I would say, but to go back to the contest and stuff like that. So Gloria Hall, she's an amazing woman. Okay. I've had a chance to do her workshops now. Like this whole contest, like people are like, it's just, get votes on Facebook and stuff like that. Okay, cool. No, absolutely not. Man, if I could show you, I've attended about 35 different workshops from 35 different celebrity chefs, learning techniques and all this other stuff. And every time I get to a next level, I get to unlock like a next level.
Oh, that's cool.
So I'm learning all
Yeah.
these different techniques, these different recipes from like people you see on TV,
right.
you know,
right.
and that are far more superior than I am.
Yeah.
I mean, on a certain level. No, I'm just but yeah, watch out, Bobby.
For now.
Yeah.
By the way,
But-
it's next level barbershop. Now that you just said that,
Yeah.
that's.
I was waiting for that.
all
Did
right,
you
cool.
like that?
Yeah, that was.
I teed
good.
that. I teed that,
was
up.
good.
I teed that up
Perfect,
real
man.
good.
Thank you.
Okay.
Next level barbershop. Go ahead. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
But no, I get to unlock all these next level stuff and these new techniques. And I mean, so like, the more people vote for me, like the better I get to serve Rochester.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then
Right.
as far as I know, and I'm going to be really candid on this, I got to be careful, but I'm the only chef in Rochester that's in this damn competition anymore.
No
I've
shit.
beaten out everybody.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I just got the email today before walking in here that I made it to the top 5.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
I just voted and you were second so
Yeah.
far.
So I just made it. Tomorrow's the final day, but I've locked in my vote for the top 5. So I got the email today. And,
Yeah.
like, I'm super honored.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if you ask me, like, I mean, cool, we're on air, whatever. Do I deserve this? I have no idea.
Right.
I don't know. But I'm going to run with it,
But you're-
and I'll represent.
there.
I'll
I don't-
represent the 585 as well as I can, and my family and my friends and everybody that I serve on a regular basis. I will represent them as best as I can.
I would say you do deserve it because it's not you speaking for
No.
yourself. It's
It's everybody
you're
else.
where you're
Yeah,
at.
it's my work. Yeah, which
so
is crazy to me because
so
like
you
I
did the
come from
work.
corporate America where it's like, yo, your numbers are your numbers,
Yeah.
and nothing else matters.
right.
And now
Right.
it's like, forget the numbers. It's all about how passionate these people are about spending money at your establishment and eating your quality of food.
Because you're impacting you. Like there's so much on you. Like you're impacting people. You're impacting a business. You know.
Yeah,
So,
a whole community.
and it speaks volumes. I mean, in itself.
Yeah. And I mean, God's good, man. All glory to God, all that stuff. I mean, I'm truly blessed. I'm super humble about it. I hate talking about it. I mean, sure, I'll throw in a couple jabs here and there for a
Yeah.
couple laughs or whatever. But man, I am so insecure about my food.
It's
Whew.
it's
I-
tough because
yeah.
you're your own biggest critic.
You have
That's
no
what it
idea.
is.
I beat the shit out of myself at
Yeah.
night. I mean,
Yeah.
I had a bad shift the other night. I mean, man, I got my ass kicked.
Yeah.
And I had somebody return. We had to comp 2 meals that I made.
Okay.
Do you know how
It happens.
you know what that does to the ego?
Yeah.
That sent me right to the dish pit. I'm like, go home. I'm scrubbing these dishes. Like, get out of here.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. I grinded out some dishes and I took the trash out. I did all the grunt work because I felt like a piece of shit.
Yeah.
It's
just for
right
now.
back down.
Forget the 400 other people that I served, but those 2 people that sent that shit back, like, dude, that hurt.
It's
That
just
hurt.
like what we said with the negative. It's life in general. All the positivity is great, but that one negative thing outweighs all of that.
Well, and it's not only with other people, but it's with yourself.
Yeah.
Even in sports.
Yeah.
You remember.
Yeah.
Most of the things you remember from back in the day are when you fucked up.
Yeah. And, like what I try to tell my guys and what I try and instill in my team, and I'm a team dude. Okay. Now, I mean, in high school and stuff, okay. Was I captain of this team and that team? Yeah, of course, right? Usually the better athletes are captains or whatever, but, the leadership qualities, 100%, right? Yeah. You know how it is, right? And, so, being blessed with, the characteristics of a natural leader, what I try to instill in my guys is like, yo, we're going head to head against this restaurant tonight. Did you see what they put on Facebook? They're running the same special we are. Let's outsell them. Let's bury them. Let's pump it up. Let's go. Right.
Yeah.
And, unfortunately, I got some dogs and those dudes, man, they loved it, right?
That competition,
right? Yeah. And they embrace it. They embrace that grind. They're like, I'm going to take on this beast, right?
Good. Yep.
Yeah.
And but then what ends up happening is what you find out is it's not really you against anybody. It's just you against you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
a lot of the times that's what it is.
Yeah. It's you against you. Yep. And when you start making menus and you start changing systems and you take a business that has a successful model and you're like, okay, but we could be more successful. And you start chasing success.
Yeah.
Man, that's where the panic attacks set in. I watched your guys' podcast on mental health, right?
Oh, yeah.
That was a good one. That was some deep conversation, man. That was some vulnerability right there.
Yeah.
Man, you want to talk about, you want to talk about an industry where mental health is at I've been accused or I've been labeled. I've been this, I've been that, as far as like addictions or, depression and things like that. And you just can't, sometimes like the people that you work with and stuff like that, they see it and they're like, hey man, are you okay?
Yeah.
And like, those are the best conversations.
Which is huge.
Yeah.
It's huge, right? Need it.
Or like my mom today. Yeah. I went and saw my mom today for the first time in like 2 weeks. Right. And she looked at me and she goes, you look like shit. And I'm like, thanks, Mom.
That's what she goes sometimes.
She goes, have you been eating and sleeping? I'm like, nope.
But they can tell.
But they can tell. So I'm like, oh, thank God. So I wasn't even going to go to, like, I wasn't going to go to golf league. Yeah. I just wanted to sit in my chair and drink some Canada Dry blackberry ginger ale and eat a Hot Pocket or two and watch the Knicks hopefully close out the Pistons. We're going to have to check on that score, by the way. And that's all I wanted. Yeah, thank you. And that's all I wanted to do. Jamie. Right?
No problem.
Yeah. Thanks, Johnny. Johnny C. But then I'm like, all right. So I forced myself to go to golf league. Great decision. Got out there, got some sun, got some wind, all that crap. Right. Yeah. And I have some pretty shitty holes, whatever, but whatever. But that's the thing you got to do. And you got to kind of force yourself to do and get out of that slump because man, that industry can kill you. It can take the strongest and make them weak. Yep. It can take the most confident and cocky and humble them immediately. Yeah. Like, dude, it could take the most talented person and make you feel like an infant in the snap of a finger.
Right.
And that's the one thing that
there's no forgiveness in it.
But you know what, dude? I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Bring it. Bring it on. Yeah. I want all that smoke. I want somebody to tell me I can't do something, and then I will sneak up from behind and be like, boom, here's a plaque.
That's a great thing about the competitiveness, having that drive in you, because you never settle.
That right there, what you just said, was always the thing I thought about. Mostly in sports.
Yeah.
Always.
But
thing
we're
I
not
thought
athletes
about.
anymore.
Right.
So we got to find it.
You got to find
Yeah.
You got to
exactly.
find
You
it
gotta
somewhere.
find it
Yeah.
wherever. Because that's who you are.
Yeah.
It is. It's
You can't change your
you are as
DNA.
a person. Yeah.
No,
yeah,
you
yeah.
cannot change your DNA.
Mm-mm. Nope, not at all.
And then when I see these people with slow pitch softball and stuff like that, they
Yeah.
used to play baseball and stuff
Yep.
like that. And it's like, okay, dude, don't
Yeah.
maybe come out of retirement. You know,
Yeah,
things like
come on,
that.
let's not do
or
this.
Like,
Yeah.
like it's funny. I hadn't played basketball in so long, right? But I mean, anybody that knows me, like I can hoop.
Yeah.
Right.
Riding the bike. Yeah, you get right back on it.
Don't let the dad bod fool you. All right. That first step is quick.
Mhm.
It's all
ask-
about those fundamentals.
Hey man, just ask Dakota Miller or Tommy Hildreth.
Mhm.
They'll
Dakota was
speak.
on here. He got
Dakota. Yeah, that's my dude right there, man. I love that guy. But
everyone loves that.
yeah, that's a legend right there.
Dakota's, I love it. I'm so happy for you. Can't wait to try that sauce. You know I love my meat hot.
Yeah. So my ex, her oldest, she was dating this dude, and he was the captain of the Brockport basketball team. Okay. So I go to pick her up from his house one day. I literally came off the golf course. Okay. I got my Hey Dudes on, right? Right. I got my Hey Dudes, got my golf shorts.
Brockport State?
No, Brockport High School. Okay. Yeah. And so I'll pull up on him.
Yeah.
And he challenges me, right? He challenges me. He's like, "Hey, you want to play one-on-one? I heard you played in college."
Yeah, bitch.
And I'm like, "Sure, no problem, right?"
Yeah, you're not gonna.
Yeah, I said, "Sure, no problem,
Hold
right?"
on, let me put my sandals
Right?
on. For
Yeah,
this.
I don't give a shit if I pull a hammy.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
care. It
So-
doesn't matter.
I hadn't played in probably a good 10 years, right? I mean, I've touched a basketball
Right,
here and there,
right.
but I
Yeah.
haven't
Not
played.
like played.
Yeah.
And so he's like, "That's my home court. I get ball first."
All
And
right,
I'm like,
bitch.
"All right." I go, "We playing
I'll give
11
you,
or 7?"
I'll spot you 5.
He goes 11. I go 11 or 7. He goes, "I don't know. Can you make it to 11?" I said, "Yeah, we'll play to 11." Right, dude. This kid does exactly what everybody does. Right, check ball. He takes a jumper.
Yeah.
Makes it. Check
Yeah.
ball. Takes a jumper. Makes it. Check ball. I throw it a little bit left. Right. So now he's got to move off his
move
spot.
off his step.
Brick. I catch that rebound. I said, "That's the last time you're going to touch the
Yes.
ball." Yeah, dude. 11 straight points, 11-2. I said, "Take your shoes off right now. They're mine."
Sit down, Steph Curry.
Okay, ready? Okay. So I get in the car and I'm about ready to have a fucking heart attack.
Yeah.
I got
show
my
it, though. You can't
yeah,
show it.
I got my boy Maverick, right? Who at that time was maybe 2. And so and Brooke's in the front seat and she's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, I was like, "I beat his ass. I beat his ass." Yeah. Right? I get home, I got the deep V, right?
Yep.
I walk in, I go take the cold shower, come down, I sit on the couch and I didn't move for like 4 days. But god damn it, I beat him.
I won, bitch.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's all that
please.
matters.
Yeah. Sorry, Sante.
Yeah. About principle. That's
Yeah.
it, man.
Hold
But
on.
no, you gotta as we get older and stuff like that, nobody talks about it, but I mean, like the mental health of like being a former athlete, I don't care what level you were at.
Yeah.
If that's what drove you and that's what
Yeah.
made you who you are, man, you got to find it somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care
You
if you
do.
got to go to some 17-year-old douchebag's house and beat him in one-on-one
Yeah.
just to make yourself feel
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
But man, I felt like a man for about
Yeah.
for a while.
Gotta get
Yeah.
it.
Feels good.
Gotta
Yeah, it feels good.
Gotta get it.
But you go to these slow pitch softball leagues and stuff.
Yeah.
You're getting in fist fights with these other fat
yeah.
dudes and
Yeah.
stuff. Like,
It
no,
gets
I'm all
crazy.
set.
Yeah,
That shit
the
can get
shit's
crazy.
getting crazy
We
with that.
did that for a little while.
Yeah.
No, I bet
Stopped
you both
years
did.
ago.
Hell yeah.
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 Yeah, that's gotta be.
I'll tell you what.
10
So
years
when I
ago
moved to
now.
Indiana, I had no friends. Right. So when I took a promotion with Paychecks, I had no friends. I went out there. I just went by myself. And man, that was the loneliest time ever.
I did that in Long Island.
Yeah, dude, I was so lonely. I mean, I'm sitting at bars by myself talking to random dudes, and random waitresses and shit, just trying to have a somebody, with somebody, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
someone be
And-
my friend.
Yeah, please, anybody. And then all of
love
a
you.
sudden, one of the reps, his name was Ryan. He was like, "Hey man, you play softball?" I'm like, "Yeah, I used to play baseball."
Yeah.
He's like, "All right, you look pretty athletic." I'm like, "Yeah, So he gets me on his team, and then all of a sudden he asked me to be on his travel team. And okay, so I'm used to I played short, I pitched, I was middle in pitcher.
Yeah.
slow pitch softball. If I wasn't the first, the second, or third best player on that goddamn team, like, okay, fine. Okay, I go to this team, and our center fielder is a full scholarship baseball player to LSU.
Mhm.
Our right fielder, IU,
Mhm.
right? There's a bunch of college baseball players. I'm playing catcher
Yeah.
and getting rotated in at first, and I'm batting dead last.
Yep.
And we're playing teams that are murdering us, and
Yeah.
this is the best collective group of talented players I've ever been with.
Right,
Right?
right.
Different ball. That's a different
We're
game,
getting our
man.
ass kicked.
Yep.
And we go to, here, a quick story. We go to Kokomo, Indiana, playing this tournament. We start winning a couple games, right? We make it to the finals. And they're like, dude goes up to me and goes, oh, man, we got to play against the Mennonites. I was like, what? He goes, yeah, we got to go play against the Amish. And I go, he goes, yo, they're the dirtiest motherfuckers you'll ever see.
Shut the
And I
fuck
say,
up.
what? He goes, yeah, dude. He goes, watch. Yo, we roll up to the championship game, okay? And all these horse and buggies are parked.
Yo.
Okay. Now, these dudes,
Wood bats?
no.
Oh, what?
No, they're
They can't do
Mennonite.
that?
They're Mennonite.
Oh, okay, all
you know,
right,
they
that's
got that
different. Yeah,
gray
you're right.
area
You're
thing
right.
going.
You're right.
All right. So, okay, here's the worst part. It wasn't them. Now, were they the best baseball players I've ever seen? Yep. Fundamentally sound? Yep. Did they put 22 runs up on us in the first inning? Yep.
What?
Yep. They're women. They're lady folk in those dresses and bonnets. Just sat behind us and shit talked us the whole time.
What the fuck? They're
Yeah.
supposed to be-
Because they're
supposed
probably
to be nice
throwing,
people.
Oh, they're
probably
throwing
pitches in the batting cage of them on their days off.
who days dude.
I didn't know they played sports.
Yeah, played sports, man. They're
I feel like
great.
that's all they probably
Yeah.
do is play sports, work, or
Dude,
that's probably
So
it.
they just
I
built
hit-
stuff,
yeah.
practice softball, baseball,
That's
go to
So
bed.
we put up 11 in the first inning.
20.
Okay.
Okay,
Half
All right.
them.
half, right? They put up 15 the next.
What the
It's 37-11.
God, it's about to be
I
a
never heard-
basketball game.
I never
So then I get up there and I smoke a rope between third and short. Does on the shortstop, fully extend, backhand, get it, flop it up in the air. Third baseman comes over, bare hands it, throws me out at first.
Jeter was a Mennonite.
He pretty much, or God was. I don't know. What, Jesus, whoever.
Whoever
probably
they
them
Whoever.
too. God
Fucking-
and then Jesus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Moses parted that fucking
Yeah.
baseball diamond and said,
Holy
"Here, I
shit.
go."
Wow.
Yeah,
that's-
it was bad, dude. We got rolled. But yeah, so I mean, but like that collection of talent, whatever. It is what it is.
It is what it yeah. Holy
That is awesome.
shit.
Yeah, so
Uh,
now take that ride home from Coca-Cola,
Yeah,
Indiana,
what
and talk
the
about mental health.
And they
I
rode
just
home
got
in
shit talked by
they rode home in
Raggedy
horse.
Ann, Raggedy
Mennonite
Ann,
chicks.
They
in their
rode home
Mennonite
in
outfit,
horse and buggy,
Yeah, talking
wrote up-
shit.
talking shit.
and rode home in a trophy.
Yeah, with the
They
trophy.
mercy ruled us in 4 innings,
Yo.
55-20.
I've never.
Oh my
That's fucking ridiculous.
God.
Like home runs. Like where?
No, you could only hit 2. And then
Oh,
it
so
was-
they did put a cap on it.
you put 2 out, and then the next 2 are doubles, and then anyone after that
It was an out.
is an out.
Did they use them for like grand slams?
That's,
They didn't hit 1 home run.
that's crazy.
They hit 1 home run.
The Mennonite.
55-22.
Holy shit.
So they're just good at everything they do.
That's
Yeah, you want to talk about trades and crafts and stuff? Yeah, go buy furniture.
dude. How that's frustrating. as
frustrating?
fuck.
So why?
Yeah.
Dude, I can't even.
Some of them didn't have cleats; they had boots.
So,
Oh my.
Yeah,
so that's a
77,
whole
77,
untapped-
74, end of the third quarter, by the way. Pistons are up 77, 74.
don't do that to me.
Sorry.
Oof.
Yeah,
Had to get that in there.
So I
right.
wonder if like these colleges or
No,
pro
they can't.
scouts even
They can't.
look at
Yeah, I don't think they can go.
Mm-hmm.
because they didn't do any
Mm-hmm.
public school.
Yeah, they didn't do any of that, but I don't know if like Mennonites can do
Don't look
that.
at me. I'm not the.
You
I'm
know what I'm
not.
saying?
They
Like, I
got to
don't,
hit them at the high school level when they can go out on their own for a little while.
that's Amish.
Bro.
Amish have that little
Are you
period.
talking about Rumspringer?
Yeah.
So the Mennonites.
I don't know.
are
I
different
don't
from
know. I I just
Yes.
I know.
Oh,
Yeah,
you want
they
me to
are
break this
different.
down for
Yes,
I
they are
guess.
different
You want
for
me to
sure.
break this down for you?
Yeah,
All
go
right.
ahead, get it.
I thought the Mennonites were like
So,
a version of
Amish-
the Amish.
No, Amish are traditionalists. Okay, they still speak like Quaker Dutch, I
Right.
believe, German.
Right.
Okay, they still live by the old ways.
Right.
They still read their own Bible that they, whatever.
Yeah.
And they have no ties to any community that they live in except their own community.
Right.
Okay. However, before like the whole breaking Amish and shit like that, they do allow the younger,
they
Get a
members
chance.
to
go
get a
on their own.
chance and
Yeah.
say, okay, do I want that or do I want
They
this?
either go back or they stay.
Right.
Okay. Mennonite, on the other hand,
I guess this is
Yeah.
where
they're
yeah.
like the black sheep of the Amish. They have electricity. They do use, tractors and shit like that, but they pretty much live a Amish life.
Okay.
Except you may or like I've sat at a Burger King and watched one eat a Whopper next to me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like they live, they get out there,
And they can
All right.
rake.
oh yeah,
So don't play against
yeah.
them.
They would
Don't
rake, whatever. Oh yeah, rake.
rake.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
hit,
a baseball term.
Hit.
Oh, okay.
Like you don't want
I'm like,
that.
of course they can rake. They fucking
Well,
live on a farm.
That's probably
that
why.
too.
That's what-
That
they
too.
can rake in all ways. Always.
And I'll tell you right now, they can make some serious cabinets.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
You want to add
yeah.
a round deck chair?
Yeah.
I got your guy.
Yeah.
Go see Jebediah down in Penn.
Jebediah. They're all named Jebediah.
But hey, Jebediah, make sure you vote for me.
Yeah, for sure.
I need them votes.
Yeah. Oh, so we got so far off.
That's all
from
right.
That.
That's all right. Everybody
So
loves it.
someone like Johnny, who's retarded, with
Yeah.
he doesn't have social media.
How? Okay,
How
first
can
off, by the way, we've talked about that in the Shanksters group threads. Has
I
anybody heard from
figured
Johnny?
that
Okay,
because
we rip on you hard.
I figured.
Okay,
Uh,
it has nothing
J-Rock.
to do. It has
no,
nothing
I
to do
know,
with you.
I know. J Rock.
We all love you.
J Rock has
just
been
saw
sending
J-Rock.
me shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just said
He's been sending me
loved
stuff.
it. Yo, J
Yeah.
Rock, another plug. J Rock, fantastic. Jason Young, fantastic,
Oh, dude.
fantastic human.
Love
being.
that dude. Yeah.
Him
He's
and
the
Ricky,
coolest dude.
Ricky Schiffhauser.
Yeah, dude.
Oof.
Oh,
I own Ricky on the golf course, but you know what? He's still a great guy. And his
It's all that
roommate is
matters.
actually the dude from Doughboys. So yeah,
shit.
yeah,
All right.
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So how does someone like Johnny vote?
Oh shit, I don't know how you.
That's the
vote.
problem.
I
we got-
think you could just go on the website, right?
I can
Oh.
still get on websites.
Really, you could.
I could do that.
You got dial up.
Yeah, I can do that shit.
Are you on? Are you
it's just,
Mennonite?
it's just like we can't use the phone.
What is wrong with you?
So
Just kidding.
all
I'm just
right.
kidding.
So
No, I can get on a website. Yeah.
Still got instant
I can do
messenger.
that. Yeah, I am. Hell yeah.
I'm just
Chauncey
so,
B 497.
Jesus.
Box to Fox 0431, baby.
Everybody knows that
Oh,
shit.
my
Everybody remembers.
God.
Yeah.
Go ahead and say it, Jordan. You know you want to. Go ahead.
J2 Fly.
There we go.
Yeah,
There we
J2
go.
Fly.
J2 Fly at AOL.com.
Dude, mine was Varsity Blues. Mox to Fox.
Ooh, Mox. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, 0431. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
So-
because obviously, that came out when I was, quarterback at Brockport.
Yeah.
And I had to upend, a very, very, very popular
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah,
those are
Not
big-
to name
It's almost
names.
Names.
perfect. It's almost perfect.
Yeah.
name.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Almost perfect.
He had nothing. He had
He's a
nothing.
lot
Speaking of
uglier,
that, have you
too,
ever-
Yeah, he
man.
is. He
He's
got
not
nothing.
even.
Have you
he
ever
was-
watched Varsity Blues like
Oh, yeah.
recently?
Yeah. It's great.
All right. Yeah, I know.
A tan.
It's
A
the
tan.
same.
I'm just
yeah.
saying. I'm just
It's
saying.
the same classic.
Miss Davis, you won't go to prom with me.
What a great fucking movie.
Oh man, Charlie Twaiter.
Mm,
There's no good movies like that anymore.
mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
So Johnny, okay, yeah, I'm just so
Website.
used to doing shit
Yeah.
over social media, and you're so
Yeah, I don't do
fucking
that
dumb.
shit, man.
Yeah, he's Amish, man.
Yeah, I'm Amish.
That's stupid.
Basically, the difference between Mennonite and Amish, he's Mennonite.
But he's not as good at baseball.
No, clearly
No.
not.
Not
Yo,
like
but
that.
back in the day, though,
Not like
back
that.
in the day,
Maybe
Better get that Facebook
20
Johnny
years,
Shakes.
25 years ago.
you know
Maybe.
who was one of your biggest fans? Who always used to talk about you? Was my college roommate. Maurice Powell.
Mo. Mo. Yeah, no,
Where the
me and
fuck
Mo
is
used to
Mo
be good
Powell?
friends.
Oh, I got Mo in my phone right now.
Yeah.
Is he's down in Florida? Is he
Yeah.
still down
I
in
haven't
Florida?
seen Mo. Me and Mo used to be real good friends.
I took Mo on spring break to Florida. Ain't seen him since. That was in college.
That's the best story all night, right there.
Yeah. Oh, dude, you want some spring break stories? I got, you want stories?
I
got
let
stories.
Mo sleep
Haven't seen
over
him
once, and he ate all our snacks.
Oh,
Dude, yeah.
Are you
He's
kidding
gonna,
me?
He's gonna eat your snacks,
yeah, he's
dude.
gonna eat your snacks. Yeah. Mo's
He
one
took
of my
last
biggest
Mountain Dew one time. I was
he'll
so
take-
mad.
Yeah.
I was so mad.
And you know what? But then you look at him, and he just
It
kind of
doesn't
gets
even
you
matter.
that-
Yeah, it
you're
doesn't
like,
matter.
You know what?
It's
I love you.
It's Mo. Yeah, you
it's
can't.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
no, he was one of your biggest fans. He always used to talk about you and stuff like that.
Yeah, we were good friends, man. We were, and we
Uh-huh.
worked together a little while later after, because we were good friends, like high school, middle school type, and then we worked together a little while after that. And
Yeah.
we've always been good friends.
So-
I love Mo.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in a long time.
All right, ready? Here, I'm going to drop two names, blast from the past.
Uh-oh.
You ready for my two college roommates?
Oh boy.
Troy Clancy.
Oh
my
yeah,
favorite. Yeah.
Troy.
Clans.
Yeah,
T. Clans.
T Clans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
who's living in Tennessee.
Is he
What?
really?
Yeah,
I can't
either
keep up with
Nashville
that
or Memphis.
motherfucker.
I didn't know that.
I was in Kentucky a couple weeks ago turkey hunting, and he was like, "Yo, come on down to Tennessee," and I'm like, "No, I'm tired, bro. Nothing against you, but
Shit.
Mo. But then, and then my other one was Maurice Powell.
Wow.
God
That's my dudes.
damn.
Those are my dudes. Those are my
Yeah,
running guys.
I was close to both of them
Yeah.
because Jimmy,
Uh-huh.
I was close to
Oh,
Jimmy.
Jimmy Erbler?
Jimmy and Jimmy and Troy.
Jimmy,
So I
I
was
see
close to
Jimmy
Troy.
walking down the street in Spenceport all the time with that
Yep.
big ass goofy grin,
Yep.
just
Oh, yeah.
with his kids.
Yo, he
and
doesn't.
Jimbo.
he
Yeah,
comes
I-
into clutch every once in a while,
Yeah.
and he'll say hi, and that's it.
Yeah.
There's no conversation. It's just hi.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, dude, I literally grew up with you. There's nothing about you I
Right.
don't know.
Yeah.
And all you do is say hi and then bye.
Hi.
That's Jimbo.
That's it.
Yeah.
That is it. But yeah, Troy
I've seen
Clancy.
him.
Troy Clancy and I lived together at FOCC, and then Mo and I were we're running mates at MCC.
Damn.
God damn.
Wow.
Mhm.
Yeah. Both those ones. I love both those ones. Right. Yeah. I was close
So
to
yeah,
both of them.
Carla Hall. No, I'm just kidding.
so for everyone that does have, I guess, internet access, we got to vote for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll share that on the
Yeah.
page. here
Yeah,
shortly.
I'll make sure.
I got the new link and stuff like
Oh,
that.
perfect.
So, yeah,
All right.
we'll drop it in.
Excellent.
But yeah, no, the votes absolutely. And then if you're gonna, I mean, obviously, if you vote, there's free votes, right? But
Yeah.
then there's donations and stuff, and like the
Yeah.
donations go to the James Beard Foundation.
Yep.
It's a great foundation, like I said, and it's all raising awareness for what we just literally got
Yeah.
off on a tangent on,
Yes.
which is educating people on the difference between traditional education
Yeah.
and trade school.
Yeah.
And right now, in my opinion, trade school's where it's at.
You're
You
never
know?
gonna run out.
And if I could do it
Wide
all
open.
over again, as much as I mean, I had so many, trust me, I have so many good stories. You want to talk about sales conferences and like the Bahamas and stuff, man, I got stories for that.
Yeah.
But might get locked up, but if I could have went to
Statute of
trade,
limitations.
yeah, it was in a different country.
Right.
Out of area code doesn't exist. I don't know why I've never been married at 41, but but yeah, the James Beard Foundation is raising awareness of all those stereotypes that we just talked about.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's a great foundation. And even, I mean, look, me just being in here and being a spokesperson for it, that's all I'm doing.
Mhm.
Dude, the cooking and stuff, you want a meal, dude, just hit me up. I'll tell you what to do if you're craving something or you want me to make something, which I owe you guys dinner, by the way. Yeah, today was not the day. Yeah, you
Yeah,
guys
today was a
are
little
gonna
crazy.
come in. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Trust me, I'm gonna knock your socks off.
I got.
But no, if my job in this whole, as long as it lasts, I mean, dude, it's been going on for 2 months now. And I think that's crazy. Like
Yeah.
I've been able to like talk about it and like raise awareness and raise money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
a couple of the people that donated got emails today from the favorite chef contest.
Right.
This is a national contest. This is the Food Network emailing you saying thank you.
Yeah.
Like, we appreciate what you're doing. And I mean, that to me is just, that's crazy.
It is.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't deserve it. I mean, whatever. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. But like, if that's what I got to run with this year,
Everything led to
yeah, like, it's great. I mean, the last 2 months of my culinary journey, and this is what it's funny. Matt Reese from BTB, which obviously BTB is BTB. I mean, could you really ask for anything more as far as a spotlight here in Rochester?
Right.
I mean, that's probably the best and the biggest sports bar. I mean, that is Rochester.
Yeah.
It used to be Nick Tahoe's, in my opinion. BTB now is Rochester. And to be able to call that, where I work and call that home, oh, dude, it's crazy. But like, he came up to me and, he was like, dude, to think you've only done this for 2 years. And I'm like, yeah. And then I was talking to a couple of buddies of mine and another chef, my chef coach, Nicole Purcell from US Foods, who taught me a shit ton. She's been great. Another shameless plug. But she's been great. She's one of my biggest fans, and I'm one of her biggest fans. And anything I can ever do for them, I always try and do. But she was like, well, imagine what happens in year 5. And I'm like, yeah, you're kind of right. Like, and then all of a sudden I'm just like, how do I beat Bobby Flay? Like, and then I'm like, man, how do I get Bobby Flay to like talk shit about me or something?
Right.
Like, how do I get this and stuff like that? You start looking at things like that.
Yep.
And then you start looking at some of these like social media influencers and stuff, which we could talk. You want to talk about a topic? We could talk about that. Holy crap. You want to talk about how the food industry is ran? It ain't run through marketing and advertising. It's run through these social media influencers.
It's the best way of free advertising.
It's not even free, bro. It ain't free. If you think it's free, it ain't.
Really?
No. You get hit up, hey, I'll feature you on this. I'll do a food blog on this.
Oh, gotcha.
Give me $1,000.
Sure.
I've got 450,000 followers.
Really boost. Yeah.
So for me to get approached by a handful of these guys, and I didn't have to pay.
Yep.
I'm like, damn, we did something.
Yeah.
Not we did. My team, my guys and I, man, we did something.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And it's like, and then, yeah, sure, the Chef Brett stuff, and you see that stuff, and that's cool. But I always tell this, man, Chef Brett, I may be the guy, I may be the face or whatever, but Chef Brett, man, it's a team of people. It's the food that comes out that everybody has a hand in.
Yeah.
And my proudest moment in this whole journey, when, Eat Local said this was the best plate in all of New York, I looked at that plate and I didn't hear what he said. When I looked at that plate, I said, okay, the chorizo meat hot is mine, but Bobby, that's the home fries, right? This guy, that's the mac salad, right? He made the mac salad. He made this. Marco made this.
Yeah.
This, and then you know what? To top it off, like, we collaborated. We're like, man, it's missing something. And I'm like, you know what? Bill Gray's, they put relish on top of theirs. What if we bring a different aspect to that and do red pepper relish? That red on top of the orange, on top of the white, on top of the brown, on top of the yellow.
Gives you
like,
the aesthetics
boom,
and the flavor.
That red
yes. And then bam. And I'm like, and then as soon as you take that first bite, you're like, damn, we got something.
Money.
We have something.
Yes.
And everybody's like, and that's one of the things, like, when you're a chef, everybody thinks you're arrogant. And they think it's all about you.
Right.
No, it's we.
Yeah.
We got something. We're doing something.
Yeah.
It ain't me.
Yeah.
If I could bring everybody into this room right now, like, man, it'd be like 8 deep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they would all say the same thing. And they could all sit right in this chair and probably answer the same question the exact same way, because we all embraced the grind at one point or another. We all stepped up. We all did what we needed to do.
Yeah.
And we lived that life.
And you all have your individual strengths.
Hell yeah.
Together is what makes it fucking money.
And I was looking at this, right? And the turning point, and I was reading all this stuff, right? And the one thing, and I would say this, coming from corporate America, the biggest translation from corporate America, when you're in corporate America and you're a sales leader, you're looking at a map, right? and you're looking, let's take Rochester, for example, right? You're trying to find a rep that fits in Greece, kind of the ghetto,
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
and maybe a little bit of Webster.
Mhm.
So you're trying to find a chameleon.
Yep.
Then you're looking at downtown. You're looking at somebody that could sit in front of lawyers, accountants, that downtown personality
Right.
that can be in front of a camera, right?
Yep.
And get those like marquee clients, right? Then you're looking at the southern tier, right? And you're like, man, you're probably going to look for Johnny. You're going to look for Jordan.
Yeah.
You might look for Brett, right?
That's
Somebody
a
that
different
could
type
be
person.
Yep. That different kind of personality, right? So like when you're a sales manager, you're looking at that, right? But you're collecting talent. And that talent makes a whole, right? Okay. The one thing that I swore that I would do when I got named chef was I was going to surround myself with that mentality. And that's kind of, I started picking those people and I started recruiting people. Like, I mean, I went to a couple diners. I went to a couple bars. I'm like, yo, who's that dude? I see him hustling,
Yeah.
and I poach people. I
Yeah.
110% poach people.
So your sales aspect.
Yeah, absolutely.
Use it.
Yeah. And then the one thing that like, even in this new position that I took on, like that's the one thing that I haven't been able to do yet, but I can't wait to do is like, dude, we sell food. Okay. We need, it's that point where, as a business owner, do you work in the business or do you work on the business? Okay.
Right.
As a chef, do you make the food or do you sell the food? Like at what point do you start selling food?
Right.
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 Yeah.
Because once you graduate from making food, and that's where I am right now, I'm having to come on to a whole different team, take on a whole different animal, bring my success into these people. And half of them don't even know who the hell I am.
Right.
Yeah.
They're Googling me.
Yeah.
They're like,
So you got to earn that
That's how you
trust.
Find you.
You got to earn the trust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like all of a sudden somebody comes up to me and goes, hey, you're from Clutch? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, man, that food was immaculate.
Yeah.
And I'm like, thank you. And they're like, are you bringing this, and this to here? And
Which is crazy because that's your only resume to start from.
Yeah.
That's the insane part.
I got nothing else.
It's not like
One trick pony.
It's not like you came from
No.
this Michelin restaurant and
no.
they're like, oh yeah, great.
No.
I'd love,
No. I got what I got.
Yeah.
I got what I got, and then, but then also from like a numbers standpoint, man, I got an Excel spreadsheet. I got an algorithm. I've got a food calculator and the things that I can plug in to try and spit out, profit margins, profitability standpoint, and try and make what an established business has been doing for so long and help those owners retire.
Right.
Yeah.
And be in a good financial spot.
Yeah.
That's what's motivating me right now. They did not have to take a chance on me.
No.
Right.
They don't.
Right.
And they're taking a chance. And I'm forever grateful.
Yeah.
But man, are they they're taking a chance, all right. If they're listening.
But they see
But
have the accomplishments started.
To a certain, the ball's rolling.
But not only that,
that shows the potential of this is where you're at this soon.
What happens in 5 years?
Yeah.
Where are we going in 5 years?
But it's not only that, it's I don't know if they see this, but I don't know if every chef is like this because I don't know many chefs, but you give credit to those other guys.
Yeah. I will say this. I've worked with a few.
That did. I'm sure. And
there's always
the face says
what
it
I'm
all.
saying is, and you said it earlier, it's a team effort.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna get anywhere if you got a bunch of guys who don't.
Well, I mean, how many times
way.
have we played on a team, right?
Yeah. It's not gonna work.
Dude, nobody talks about you turning 2.
Right.
Nobody talks about that 2 that you turned.
Right.
Right. With bases loaded, 1 out, and your pitcher was in a fucking jam.
Yeah.
But everybody remembers that he went 7 scoreless innings. Okay, but if I didn't turn 2 in the 5th,
right,
we don't win 1-0.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Did he talk to you? Did he say thank you? Nope.
Right.
Okay.
No, and that shit happens.
Yeah,
it happens all the time.
Right.
It happens all the time.
And
but
while you're sitting there watching him in front of you're like, I'm gonna kill him.
Yeah.
Well, 'cause
How
that's
does he
the
not
thing.
say my name
The day
right
you
now?
start blowing off.
How does
the
he not say
people-
number 23 at shortstop? Just
Right,
turned
yeah.
the greatest
Yeah.
two
The
I've
day
ever
you
seen.
start doing that is the day that those people step back, and now you're on your own.
Well, and that's
like,
when
fuck.
issues
Right.
come
yeah.
into play. You can't do shit by yourself.
Here,
You just
I'm gonna
can't.
I'm gonna spin this on both of you. You ready?
I
Give it to
can't
me.
wait.
Give it.
my
Oh,
I'm
God.
spinning on you guys.
My
Ready?
head's already.
Okay.
I'm
spinning.
ready.
Do you want to know why chefs don't do that?
Why they don't?
Why?
Give credit.
Because
the okay, I've learned this. I've learned this from my own mistakes. Half the reason why, I may or may not, we'll call it creative differences,
Mhm.
but one of the reasons why I made a big jump. Okay. You start building up the confidence of the people around you. And before you know it, you have a mutiny.
Yeah. Okay.
Before you
that
know
makes
it,
sense.
before you know it, somebody's pitching to the owner or to the GM or somebody else that they could do it better and cheaper and faster.
I was the one who came up with this. I'm the
Yeah.
one who did this.
Yes.
Yep.
I
got you.
Because you overlooked the fact that they had never played on a team before that won.
Right.
So now they don't know how to handle success.
Yeah.
Right.
They're in it for themselves.
But you can
yeah.
handle success because you've been at the mountaintop.
Sure.
You've made it in corporate America. You've sold a company.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You've sacrificed. You've bled. You've sweat. You've sacrificed. You've gone through this. You've been, you've gone all in.
Mhm.
But then all of a sudden, this younger one comes up and he's riding your coattails, so to speak, even though you're part of a team,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden,
Take a bad turn.
and now
you're right.
you have to fire somebody because they're not a team player and they're on a boycott.
Yeah.
Now they think that they're Shedeur Sanders and they're worth a first round draft pick.
Yep.
When Travis Hunter is the one who was the star on that team. That's why he went number 2.
I feel like you could relate that really to anything.
Yes.
You know,
Oh yeah.
you teach people enough. You teach them enough. You give them enough, and then
Yeah.
It's a big trust thing.
My
That's
whole
what a
thing
team
was
thing is.
this.
You gotta trust each other.
My whole thing was I looked at my staff and I said, this is a stepping stone.
Mhm.
I want to prepare you for what's next.
yeah.
Whether, that was the 17-year-old kid who's a senior at McQuaid and he's the number 1 golfer on McQuaid. And I said, dude, I'm going to beat the shit out of you because life's hard.
Yeah.
At
And
some
his
point,
dad came up to me several times and said, dude, thank you.
Yeah.
Like he's a spoiled brat.
Let me show you reality.
Let me show you reality,
not
dude.
everything is success.
Yeah.
there's gonna
let me
be-
knock you.
Yep.
Let me knock your ass out
It has to.
quick.
You got to feel it.
Yeah. And then guess what? I'll tell you right now. Okay. That's the best dude I've ever worked with. He's 17. He was a monster.
Yeah.
A monster.
No shit.
Oh my God. Just as quick as me on the grill. Just, dude, the kid could play better than I could.
That's what you need.
But he has no culinary aspirations whatsoever. But when that kid graduates in the next month and he goes to Coastal Carolina, that'll be my proud moment.
Yeah.
Right. I had these 2 brothers. Okay. They worked for me. And one of them now works for Ryan Piles. Yep. Yeah. What is it? Rock Remediation? No, not Rock Remediation. That's something like that. Another plug. Yeah.
Kelly Wright.
Kelly Wright. Yeah.
She'll correct it.
Yeah, she'll correct it, Kelly Wright.
Yeah.
But which, by the way, huge Kelly Wright fan. That's like one of my childhood best friends.
Yeah. She's awesome.
So one of his employees used to work for me, and I beat the hell out of this kid because I saw so much potential in him. He was a great kid, loved him, but he didn't have a dad in his life, right? And I'm not sitting here saying, "Oh, I took on his dad role, whatever," right? But dude, you know how many life chats I had with that kid?
Yeah.
Right. And the best thing that ever happened, you know what? I could give not that I could give 2 shits about winning this contest because I do care. But my bet, I don't care about the chorizo meat hunt. I don't care about any of that. His mom texted me one day and said he would have never have graduated without you. Then he sent me a message one day and said, thank you for everything. I'm taking a new position, but I would never be able to have graduated high school if it wasn't for you.
Shit.
Dude, Dad, you want to talk about crying? Man, tears.
Yeah.
Man, tears.
That's where it's at right there.
Right.
There
So
it
to
is.
have that impact on these young kids'
No
lives and
shit.
stuff like that. I mean, yeah, we shit on these kids all the time because, you know, they're doing stuff that we could never do. But you know what? Like that kid, dude, he was going down the wrong path. And I got in his shit. I mean, I got in his shit repeatedly. And his mom, a great mother, she got me involved. Why? Because I was around that kid 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they kids like that need
Yeah.
something different. They need, the mom can only do so much.
Yeah.
It's only gonna, she could be the most amazing mom in the world.
Sure. And my ex, right? You know, she had 4 daughters with, you know, her ex-husband or whatever. But like her oldest, you know, should have went to trade school. Instead, you know, got caught up in the COVID, finishing her, you know, whatever. Okay. You know, hard worker, all this stuff. And I took her under my wing in the kitchen and I taught her some skills. Okay. Well, fast forward, she's still at Clutch and she's still grinding it out. She went to the custom house. She now has a set of skills. And she's got serving skills. She's got front end skills. She's got hospitality skill. You know what I mean? So like to be able to give that gift to her, like whatever happens to me, like, okay, fine. Fuck that. Whatever happens to her. So now, like, I mean, you know, that relationship is, you know, is estranged now, but like to watch her.
It's a path she can go.
Yes.
She can now take that path. And my goal, like I saw leadership quality in her, you know, and I'm like, and I see leadership quality in certain people. And it's like, how do I harness that? How do I extract that?
Yeah.
How do I put these people in positions to succeed?
Yeah.
And then let them figure it out, but always make sure that they don't fail.
Yeah.
However, the reason why chefs shit on people is because once they start succeeding, they start thinking that they can do it better than
Can't
you.
be overconfident. Yeah.
And that's the mistake that I made.
Yeah.
And I can say 2 years in, that is the biggest mistake that I have made by far, is putting too much confidence in people and to the point where they think that they can do it better than you can.
No shit.
And then that's when you have to strap in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Put the big belt pants on.
Yeah.
And maybe take them to a basketball court
Reel
and beat
it
the
in a
shit out of them
little bit.
11-2.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or you got to take them to a
There's
golf
got to
course.
be a reality.
Yeah,
check.
that's when you got to reality check it. And that's where you got to be man enough to be like, yo, I got this in my back pocket.
Yeah.
Here,
Yeah.
let me slide these awards over. Go win one of these and then come call me.
Yeah.
Right.
Because just like Kobe said, or just like Jordan said to Kobe, you can wear the shoes. You ain't feeling them.
No. And that's the thing. It's like, okay, you show me what you think will beat me in a competition. Let's see what we got.
Or you define success your way.
Yeah.
And let me see what my success looks like. Because my success is on a whole different level than what your success.
Yeah.
Your success may just be getting a check at the end of the week in job security.
Yeah.
Mine is basically redefining what meat hot is in the entire community that's been meat hot for 40 years.
Well, and that's the thing. If you only look at it as that paycheck, you might succeed so far, but you're gonna stop. It's gonna hit you at some point. You're gonna hit that wall.
That could be one of your early short time goals.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That could be your 5-day goal.
Right.
That's not your 5-year goal.
Yeah,
right.
That's gotta be a starting point.
But like, you know, when people talk to me about chorizo meat hot, right? And I wish I could, and you know what? Maybe we will. We'll take a field trip one day because I would love to see the face on both of you. When I'll tell you this, okay? When you see a 60-year-old biker roll up, okay, and taste chorizo meat hot for the first time. Now they've been eating meat hot their whole life. It's Rochester.
Yeah, you got 1%.
Shit, the Rochester Red Wings have a jersey dedicated to garbage plates.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay?
It's everywhere.
Rochester is garbage plates. So to be named the best garbage plate in all of Rochester, in all of New York, to win Meat Hot Festival, right? Like, okay, fine. You got to step back and be like, okay, thanks. Pat yourself on the back. But then you're like, where to next?
Yes.
Okay.
You have to.
You want to know what the crazy thing is in such a copycat industry, nobody can figure it out.
Which it's funny you said that, because that was going to be one of my things. My question,
One other person has tried.
Because there's going to be people chasing you now.
I was going to say, I'm
once you're the
surprised there's
best,
not more.
Once you're the best, there's no one to beat.
Correct.
So now you have to figure out how you stay ahead of the people that are chasing.
Yeah, you got to get ahead of the pack.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So to be honest with you, I have no idea.
Well, you're not going to until I feel like you just keep doing the best you can, and then once that person finds that secret,
there's no secret. The only secret is these women's medium-sized golf glove hand.
There's going to be someone on your tail that's going to be like.
Shameless plug.
There's going to be someone behind you going, all right, I got to figure out how I can step above that.
Sure. Yeah.
So you're right. It's a game of chess. Now you just keep.
But you know what? It's funny that you say chess. So
I don't know how to play chess, by the way.
So my whole thing, my whole life, I was always like, dude, I don't play checkers. I play chess.
Yeah.
I'm 2 steps ahead. So do I have an end game and stuff like that? 100%. Do I get that much closer to the end game with this Carla Hall stuff? Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Get me on the Food Network, people. Come on, Rochester.
Yeah.
Get behind your boy here.
Oh shit!
I mean, I am 5'8" through and through. And if I'm the guy that is cutting his teeth on redefining what we think is a garbage plate or we think is meat hot, then 110%.
No shit.
Get your ass on there and vote.
You've already done that. You've already done it. Now
and it's like, and to think about it, man. I remember driving from Hamlin after playing beer pong tournaments in Huntington Park at 2:00 in the morning in my Isuzu Rodeo, rolling 8 deep to Stevie T's, which used to be Nick Tahoe's, just to get garbage plates. To think that I'm the guy now.
You're him.
It's weird. You would have never thought it.
No.
Never.
No, and I still don't think it. At all.
Don't touch my thing.
To the side a little. You're like spiking these fucking charts right now.
Yeah, he's excited. He loves fucking which, by the way, are we going to get?
Can you hear that?
Are we going to get garbage plates after this or what?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, we're doing that, right?
Post studio celebration.
Yeah,
we're doing that, right?
I feel like we have to now.
Chef Brett's treat. I know a place. I know a place.
Can we talk about where you're at now?
Yeah,
Ben?
we can talk about where we're at.
Because I think it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, dude.
So
Clutch and
so what had happened was So what had happened was after the Meat Hot contest and stuff like that, I was indifferent. I felt like I hit the ceiling a little bit, and I started to look elsewhere. And one of the competitors, which was BTB, Woodfire Grill, they reached out to me, and it was somebody that I've known for a little bit, and they took a chance on me, and so I left behind a lot of really, really good relationships at Clutch and accepted a role at BTB. And I'm still kind of settling in. It's been very, very fresh and very, very new. But man, I love it there. I mean, they've done it right from the get-go. The ownership, the management, the people, man, that whole team. I'm looking around, and those guys, man, they bleed for that place. They are some dogs in that kitchen.
That's why they're so good.
Yes, and up front, man, those, dude, I cannot be more proud and more like confident in the decision that I made, because from top to bottom, that place exudes everything that I am, and everything that I represent.
Sure.
So if everything that I can bring, or anything, or even just 1% of me can bring to the table and make that place a better place, fine, so be it. But that place is making me a better place. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
That place is the bomb, man. I love that place.
That's awesome.
Their menu, their menu and stuff like that. Like, dude, the day that we can collaborate, I can't wait. Right?
Yeah.
But am I learning that menu? Is that menu bomb? Yeah, 100%. Is there meat hot? Do they have more? Do they have more meat hot plaques than me? Yep.
But you're only 2 years in.
Hey.
Your resume is gonna grow.
Hey, are they gonna be having chorizo meat hot soon?
Yeah.
I cannot say.
They
I got
better.
an NDA here.
Yeah.
But no,
I'm gonna go to BTB for the chorizo meat hot.
Yes. But their brunch, for example, So brunch was my shit.
Yeah.
I love brunch.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Dude, their brunch is bomb.
Yeah.
Their brunch is so good. I got my first taste of what their brunch volume was this week. Whew. The biggest adjustment for me coming from Clutch. I'll tell you this, on our busiest day and our busiest night at Clutch, it don't compare.
No.
It don't compare.
No.
The amount of people that I have the ability to now feed or reach is 10 times.
Yeah.
Like, we're talking about, this is an establishment.
Yep.
I may have helped establish Clutch on the Canal and what they're going to be known and remembered for.
Yes.
But BTB, Matt Reese, and everybody that works for him, man, they are the establishment. And I am so fucking proud.
I will say,
to be able to be a part of that.
A lot more people know about BTB, and the foot traffic is way different. And just brunch alone, like, that's the thing. That's the thing.
Gosh.
Everyone is looking for that great. That's my favorite thing. Brunch.
Breakfast, lunch. There's not a bad.
Chicken and waffles are kidding me.
Which,
by the way, chicken and waffles, dude. Do I got it?
Even when it's dinner time, I want the brunch.
That's one of my favorite things.
I want brunch all day long.
Yeah, give me bottomless mimosas or a ginormous cheeseburger slider and a crab claw and a fucking Bloody Mary, and then serve me pancakes. Goodbye.
It's the best.
You're speaking of love language right now.
Yeah. But here's the thing, right? Okay, ready? So yes. So now I'm at BTB. I've been there. I did my first week was last week. Did I get my ass kicked? Yeah, I did. Oh my god, their menu's so elaborate and whatever, and it's completely different than what I'm used to. But did I learn the intricacies? Did I learn all the yes. Okay. Now, tomorrow is week 2 for me. Okay. So do I got a different mentality going in? Yeah.
Of course.
Dude, the owner, Matt, I'm pretty sure he knows exactly what I'm about. And he may have given me a little bit of a pep talk on Sunday night. And am I going in there tomorrow with a chip on my shoulder? You goddamn right I am.
Good.
Yeah.
Right? But the guys that I was in the trenches with, okay, even the kitchen manager, Nina, oh my God, that girl, whoo. If I had an ounce of that talent where I just was,
no shit.
Lord. These guys, they have no idea. There's probably 5 chefs in that kitchen right now, and they may not even know it.
Really?
Wow. But I see it. The amount of talent that place has, the amount of volume that they do, the foot traffic, the location, all that stuff.
Yeah.
The basic.
Dude, the recipe for that is so I cannot be more excited. Like, to think, right? 2 years in, and they're like, "Hey man, let me pick you."
Yep.
They could have picked anybody.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't carry that lightly. I don't forget that.
Can't.
I'm gonna
the day you do is the day your head's too big. And
100%.
Like,
I need to be humbled.
I gotta chill.
So 100%.
Out.
So, like, what I do, okay. So I write. I have a journal, right? And the first thing is you need rents due every day. Rents due every day. Rents due every day. The first line in my journal every single day is rents due.
Yeah.
Rents due. Rents due.
Yep. Fucking A.
Like I have to,
Yeah.
because the minute that I let up, like my coworkers right now, and I can say this fine. My coworkers they don't have no idea I'm number 2.
Right.
I have no idea. They think I'm the dude that can't make fucking Cajun Mac.
Sure. Yeah. Which that's a nice spot to be in.
Yeah.
Sure.
I love
right?
to be the underdog.
Yeah, no, I'll be the underdog all day. Like I said, I'll pop up from behind and just be like, "Hey, yo," right?
Yep.
But they can't think they think I can't make Cajun Mac. They think I can't do this. They think they're like, "Oh my god, this guy's slow."
It can't be to a point where they're shitting on you.
Yeah, no, right. But at the same time, I'm also the guy that's giving them rides home.
Yeah.
And I stayed 2 hours late to make sure that they didn't have to Uber.
Yep. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
There's another guy. There's
shit.
a guy that I'm not going to say his name. Okay. There's 2, right? One, I walk in, he goes, "I didn't even know you existed." Right. And he goes, "I'm here to train you." And I'm like, "Great."
Hey.
Right? Okay. But then I walk in on brunch, and brunch is, and I'm like, "Guys, like, it's kind of that like whole scene. Put me in, coach. Put me in, coach. Put me in, coach." Right.
Yep.
So
the replacement.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I'm fucking Shane
Our whole
Falco.
kitchen staff died. We got this
Falco,
guy coming in.
Yeah. So I'm like, put me in. I'm like, "Hey, what can I do? What can I do?" And they're like, "Just go make waffles." Cool. I'll take the spatula.
And pour some shit.
And I'm fine. If that's what you want me to do, I will do it.
Sure.
If it's going to make us successful, I will do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then
There's
I'm
a point.
like, there's a point where I'm like, okay, enough is enough.
Yep.
And fortunately, like that kitchen manager, she is oh my God, she's a beast.
Yeah.
Dude, she goes from like, "Hey," to fucking werewolf, get out of my way. I got and I love it.
You have to.
I love it.
Anybody watches Kitchen Nightmares.
Yes.
If there's
I
not a
love
good
it.
kitchen manager,
Yep.
you're fucked.
I love it.
Yep.
And one of the owners jumps on the line and just runs shit. And I'm like, I fucking love it.
Right.
Yeah.
Now she's yelling at me.
Right.
But there's structure.
And I'm like, dude, I'm fine. You want to yell at me? Go ahead, yell at me.
Right. Right.
I can take it.
I can take it. I can take it. I'm
Yep.
not going to go home and cry.
Right.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
I may go in my car and cry.
Right.
Yeah. But
Right.
no one's got to see.
But then
But nobody's got to see that shit.
exactly.
But
Then
like,
you wash it.
yeah,
Yeah.
wash it off. Bye. Right. But like, so then it's like, okay, how do I win these people over?
Mhm.
Right. It's not going to be with my charming good looks or my personality or anything like
yeah,
that.
no one gives
No,
a fuck about
nobody
that
gives
in
a
the kitchen.
fuck about
Yeah.
that.
No. So, hey, I'll give you a ride home. Cancel that Uber. I'll sit out there for 15 minutes and wait for you.
Yeah.
Hey, what can I do? Can I stock? Hey, guys, why don't you go take a break? Go take a smoke break. I'll finish this. Right? It's staying till midnight when I only have to stay till 11:30.
Yeah.
It's showing up at 10 when I'm scheduled at 11.
It's fucking
right?
extras.
It's the extras. It's the little things,
It's
right?
trust.
It's trust.
It's trust.
But dude, when I'm in Spenceport and I'm working with kids that go to McQuaid,
Yeah.
opposed to dudes that are like, I just got out of prison.
Yeah, those fucking entitled kids versus
Yeah.
people that know some
Different.
shit.
I'll tell you what, if anybody in the comments or anybody listening wants to give me advice on how to work with inmates, please do.
Yeah.
And guess what? I fucking vibe with those dudes.
I'll tell you, it's just
They're the
about
best.
it's about respect
They're
and
raw.
a pecking order.
Yes.
Like that's it.
Yes.
Like,
100%.
People that know shit, they know like okay, you can respect someone that knows some shit versus someone that fucking knows nothing and tries to tell you about some shit.
Right.
But as long as there's that mutual respect, then they're gonna listen to what you have to say.
You know, it's funny.
you know?
My first week, I felt like I was on an undercover boss. Right? And then guess what?
Everyone's looking at you.
All right, ready? You want to know what gave it away? This fucking little thing. And then all of a sudden, everybody starts.
They said
Chef
this
Brad?
bitch with
Yes,
his name on
comes
it.
in here with his own branded. Hey, oh,
He's somebody, but he doesn't want us to know.
He don't want us to know.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
yeah,
that was fucking great.
that happened. So that had happened.
What happened?
Yeah.
That's fucking.
But yeah,
awesome.
no. So I am at BTB Woodfire Grill in Greaser Ridge Mall.
Yeah.
It's allowing me to really impact way more of the Rochester community than I ever expected. So I went from just really servicing the Spenceport community
Yeah.
to now I have the whole Rochester community.
Yeah,
Well, because that's such like a central location. So Clutch, a lot of people out east are like Clutch.
Yeah, they're not gonna come out here.
And I got to
Yeah.
describe, look, it's a small door
It's a
Yeah.
small
just
door.
before the
Yeah.
canal,
Yes.
you know?
Yeah,
And as opposed to like BTB is right there. Everybody from west to east crosses that and
It went from, okay, you need a passport to get the Clutch to I'm just going to the loft
yeah.
and picking up a sweater for my wife.
Yeah.
And I'm going to jump in for a fucking chorizo meat
Exactly.
hot garbage plate.
Yeah.
It's a huge difference. And
I'll tell you
that's-
right now, though, and I'm sure we're going to wrap up here soon, but there's two things that I am working on right
'cause
now.
I'm fucking hungry.
I know I'm starving.
Yeah,
I'm starving.
Jesus.
Dude, I've got something up my sleeve that's going to change the wing game. You
I
have,
fucking
dude,
love-
it's coming.
Jordan want wingy.
Yeah, dude.
Dude,
You got
Brett
me.
want wingy.
I'm-
Okay, but like,
I'm in on this.
so, dude, the Dubs Dust. Dubs Dust and Drizzle. Get ready.
I'll be waiting.
That's all I need to
So
hear.
my middle name is William, and the owner of Clutch used to call me Dubs. W.
Okay.
Okay, Brett William. So I created a dust that goes over wings, and then a drizzle. Okay, everybody, dude. My biggest gripe of all these people. All right, you know what? Here, you want the other side?
Yep.
You ever fucking put on your ticket? I want my wings crispy. Then don't fucking sauce them.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I want my wings crispy and sauce on the side. I'll give you that all day.
Exactly.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
order crispy wings and I sauce them.
They're not
Don't
Yeah.
bitch.
right.
Don't be a Karen.
Right.
Yep.
Okay?
Exactly.
Here, I got your solution.
I feel like people that know
Let me
wings
dust
should
them.
know that.
Yeah, let me dust them and let me drizzle them. Ooh.
Yeah, because you'll get the flavor and the crisp.
that dust, that wing dust, that proprietary patented wing dust that I got up my sleeve.
It is
Oh
patented?
yes, it's patented.
Awesome.
You ain't touching
Yeah,
it.
because you can't
Ain't
come
nobody
out,
touching it.
can't come out with it.
Nope.
If you don't
Nope.
patent it first.
Nope. But if I would have
That's good.
stayed at Clutch, I would have been in the New York State wing competition. The Battle of the Wings.
Yeah.
What? So
Yeah, I can't do it. No. I would have had to have stayed at Clutch.
oh, okay.
So it was a hard decision.
Yeah.
That was tough.
Yeah.
All right.
That's tough. But you know what? Fuck it. I'll win
Yeah.
it next year.
That's
There you
that's
go.
it. You gotta.
I'll wing it next year. Get
So,
it? I'll wing it next year.
wing it next year.
Yeah.
So my question is, does Clutch
Fucking Jordan.
still serve
Yes.
the chorizo hot sauce?
Yes, but it is not mine.
Because they're
Okay.
gonna
So
keep
what-
the menu.
What did they do? Like guess it?
I cannot comment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Yeah,
All right.
Let's just say,
it's not the same.
I love everybody there.
Yeah,
Yep.
I hope nothing but the best
Yep.
for them, even though it may not be reciprocal.
Right.
look, everyone has to
Yeah.
make decisions in their life.
I have
Yeah,
two
man.
kids that need to
Yeah,
be
man.
fed.
Oh, that's the
You
thing.
got to do what you got to
You
do,
know what?
man.
You know what the thing is you always find in any business, just like, so that I don't put any pressure on Brett.
You ain't
In
putting any
my-
pressure on me, brother.
In my position, I get mad at people that I lose because I know how good they were. I know the money they were making me. I know the talent they brought. So it hurts me to lose people like that. And that's what it is. It's
Yeah.
not a personal thing. It's
Right. Yeah.
people are going to make decisions in
Yeah.
their life to better themselves. And
100%.
that's it. That's all.
Look,
it is.
man, I say creative differences.
Sure.
And I'll say this. If there was no creative differences, you might have seen a Clutch on the east side. You may have seen a Clutch in Buffalo. You may have seen it in Erie, Pennsylvania, or Indianapolis, Indiana. Creative differences. I got to do what's right for me.
Yeah.
I found somebody, and I'm not going to spoil anything, that believes in that business model and wants to retire on that business model.
Perfect.
You either grow or you die.
Yeah. Very true. Especially in your business.
Yes.
You got to be able to take a risk. You got to take a risk.
100%.
It is the most cutthroat industry you could be in.
100%.
It is. Well,
But with that said, I love I love everybody at Clutch.
I mean, where
I'll
would
tell you
you
right
be?
now,
Where
the
would you
people
be?
that reached out to me, granted that list is very small, a lot smaller than I expected.
Yeah.
Those people, dude, I fucking love.
Yeah.
Those are my girls. Those are my guys.
Yep.
I will do anything I can for those people.
Yep.
The people who didn't, still love you.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
High five.
Yeah.
But you know what? Good luck. I root for you.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to put you out of business.
No,
I'm not trying to go up against.
It's a
This is
different-
not a me versus none of that.
It's about
None of
you
that.
and yourself.
Yeah.
That's about me. Now
Life.
I have the opportunity to put a bigger imprint
Yeah.
on the city of Rochester, so that the next year when I'm up for Chef of the Year, I'm not just asking Spenceport. I get to ask the entire Rochester community.
Yeah.
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 Man.
And that's where I want to be. That's where my aspirations are. So
It's
that's
so
where I want to
fucking-
go.
It's such a big. Clutch has a business.
Mhm.
They have their goals. They have their vision. You have your own whole big picture.
Yep.
And
Man, I can't wait to turn this place on.
and that's it, man. That's it. That's it, dude. I think it's so fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I think you took your risks, you took
Yeah.
the chances.
At
And, like,
40 years old.
Here you fucking are, man.
Well, 39. At 39 years old. And it cost me. Here's the one thing, right? And I'll tell you this, right? Because we talked about this, and I'll
Mhm.
open up. I'll be vulnerable at the end because probably nobody's listening at this point.
we
maybe-
actually
actually
we got
we
the
do.
most viewers
I
at
know.
one time, right?
I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
actually,
All right. Ready?
to be honest.
So here, all right.
Yeah,
So I was with, not to name names or whatever. That's fine. So I was with somebody who didn't. I don't want to say necessarily supported my dreams and aspirations,
Yeah.
but we're men, right?
Yeah.
We have wives, we have girlfriends, we have fiancés, whatever, right? We have baby mamas, whatever you want to call it, right? But I took this on because I loved it and I was passionate about it, right? And some people ask me, what's the hardest part of being a chef? And I say this: personal life.
Yeah.
Love life.
Support.
Dating.
Yeah.
Support. Dude, I'm literally, sometimes I feel like I'm the loneliest fucking guy on the planet. And then every other weekend, I get to see my boys and it checks me right back in.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I feel what I fight for. I
Yep.
feel what I work for.
100%.
I feel what I'm doing.
Yeah,
Right.
man.
And I've lost several relationships with people, and I've unfortunately had to go through what many single dads have had to go through, fighting in family court and things like that, because of the lifestyle that I chose to live and the job that I chose to pursue and the hours that it went in. I'll tell you this, man, everybody loves Chef Brett,
Yeah.
but nobody loves Brett's schedule.
Mm.
Right.
Right? You want to talk about
It's
mental
a
health?
lifestyle.
Yeah.
You want to talk about mental health and how that fucks you?
Yeah.
Dude, that right there, that kills you.
Right.
I literally watched my ex trade me in for a 9-to-5 guy.
Yeah.
Forget the meat hot
they know
sauce.
it's this
Forget the
time.
success. Forget all this.
Yes.
Forget the money. Forget this. Forget the fame. Forget any of that. Who gives a shit about Carla Hall at that point? No. Like, okay, fine. So then you lose that.
Yes.
Now you got to show up to work and you got to show up and win.
Yeah.
You got to show up and compete.
All
You got to
that
show up
has
and
to be
dominate.
on the back door, like gone.
See you
out
bye.
the window.
I got to
Yeah.
show up. Hey,
You have to.
guys,
Yeah.
how's everybody?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
But nobody wants to hear about the 5 days that I had to take off that nobody knew.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
to go off grid.
100%.
It just go. I went to a hotel
Yeah.
in bumfuck Pennsylvania for 5 days after getting dumped,
Right.
so that my guys couldn't see me.
Yep.
Be vulnerable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like all that, you trade all that, and then you keep going and you keep going and you keep pushing. You keep pushing the envelope, and you keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing the boundaries and the culinary boundaries, and then all of a sudden, you're holding plaques,
Yeah, man.
right? And all you want is to FaceTime your kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people don't see that.
No.
They
And
don't
that's-
see that.
And that's
But you know what they see? They see me in the corner at Blue Barn Cidery on my knees crying.
yeah.
And they're like, what the
100%.
fuck is he crying about?
Yeah. This should
I'll
be
tell
the best
you.
day of his
Yeah.
life.
No. Why is
But-
he crying?
Yeah.
He's crying because nobody picked up.
Yeah.
Nobody answered.
Yeah.
Nobody picked up.
Yep.
Nobody answered. Nobody's there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
A stranger had to get him water, right?
Yep.
But what do? Right? We're men, right?
Keep fighting.
We keep fighting, right?
That's your only
Yeah.
option. in your
Yeah.
head.
I'm like, oh, watch me change the wing industry
Yeah.
because I'm pissed that nobody came to the Meat Hot
Yeah.
Festival.
Yep.
That's our only choice
Okay.
is use that as motivation and
Yes.
that turn the anger and the sadness into motivation in some sick twisted way to keep fighting and be better. which,
Yes.
Yeah, we always find a way to make it
Yeah.
work out for us.
One- Yeah, 100%. One of my favorite sermons that I ever watched from one of my pastors, he said, you could be bitter or you can get better.
There's no
Enough
more
said.
truth. Yeah.
There's no more truth than that.
No.
Like that moment, yeah, it should have been the happiest of my life.
Right. Right.
But in that moment, I was bitter as hell.
Yeah.
My kids couldn't. my
What's the
kids didn't
reality
answer.
behind it?
Right.
You
And the
know?
reality in that moment had led to I just been to family court for the last 6 months. I had to live with my mom. I had to move out.
Yeah.
I had to live on this. I had to do this. I had to pay this. I had to pay that. Boo to do. Like keeps going and going.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I can't even share this
Right.
Mhm.
with
The
anybody.
joy.
The joy.
part.
The joy part.
Yeah.
I feel you, man.
You know what I mean?
feel you.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, so then, yeah, I sat like between those two awards, I was crying my ass off
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
corner
100.
of Blue Bar Cidery.
Yeah.
And to the point where my GM and my owner stepped in front of me so nobody could see because everybody was looking at me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine that. I'm in the corner
Because
and the award ceremony is over here.
yeah.
There's 300 people right in the center and everybody's turning looking at you. And I'm just like, I just want to see my kids.
And you know what'll make better fucking media for them is
Mhm.
why the fuck you're crying.
Right.
Not
Yeah.
why you're
Right.
Yeah.
not why you're celebrating.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be great.
You know what's
celebrate
making
your
plenty of
fucking
media
win.
for? You know what's making plenty of is why do you leave Clutch?
Ex-
Why do you leave
Oh,
Clutch?
yeah. The drama always
drama.
supersedes
Supersedes.
It's all that
the
matters.
Has
fucking
nothing to do with
happiness.
anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I
That's all
say
that matters.
creative differences. Everybody's like, oh my God, why did he leave? There's supposed to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, no, dude. Seriously?
Everyone wants the
Yeah.
the
Look,
nasty shit.
It's always how it
When,
is.
Yeah.
when a star shines bright and
That's
the
it.
moon and the sun get jealous,
Yeah.
what are we talking about?
Right. Right.
It's tough to, especially at first, to when you do get these awards
Yeah.
or accomplishments or whatever the hell it is in your life, when you get them and you realize at that point, I don't have anybody here.
Right. So lonely, dude. You know what's funny?
It's not
I had
the
this.
same.
I have a chef that I talk to. I'm not going to drop names, but
Mhm.
she's really fucking famous.
Mhm.
Why she picked me, I have no idea. I have no
Reason.
fucking idea. I mean, I'm not going to drop names. She's really fucking famous. Okay, really
Yes.
famous. I'll tell you guys later.
I hope
Mhm.
it's Jada because I love her.
I love me some Gia.
Yeah. If it was her, yeah.
I have no idea why she decided to contact me, but we talked about being on top, success, like success at the top.
Mhm.
Dude, it's the loneliest fucking place on the planet.
That's the cliche saying, but
Yep.
it's as real as it gets.
It is as real as it gets. But man, you want to talk about a lonely, lonely road? Try and get to the top.
Yeah, because there's no one up there after that. Everyone else is chasing that. But yeah, I mean, it's not. It can't get any more real, is what he's saying, though.
No.
It's like
No.
if you don't have that,
Where'd he go? No, I'm just kidding.
he's pissing. He's taking a shit. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, if you don't have that support,
that's real deal. That's real
the
deal. That is.
I will say, and I'm not going to say that my ex wasn't supportive of how hard I worked, but I couldn't be more blessed with my fiance now, my baby mama now, with how much she supports how hard I work. She hates every second of being gone all night. Because working all day, taking side jobs at night, just that hustle, but she's there to fucking support it every second. But if you don't have that,
Brett,
you're fucked.
I'll do the crown.
And we'll hit some let's hit some comments and then we'll get out of here.
Shout out to Danielle. We love you.
Yeah, we do love you, Danielle.
All of us.
Baby mama.
Mm-hmm.
Bill, we're drinking some Crown, and I have Knob Creek.
Thanks, buddy.
Bill's been hanging with us all night.
Bill's been hanging all night.
Yeah.
Bill wants to come and get some garbage.
Bill's our guy. He's our guy. He's the coolest.
I haven't really been paying attention to it. In the middle of it, I saw that there's like 300 viewers or something like that.
I apologize to everyone for the comments that we haven't gotten to.
Yeah, we got deep there, didn't we? Those are some serious comments. If you want a Q&A, let's go.
Yeah, we'll do
some stuff. I got time.
Just a reminder, if anyone does ever want to call in, we haven't said it much, but we do have the 716-324-5961. We got that number.
Yes.
But
somebody call in right now.
Yeah,
I need to take some lives.
We can definitely take calls. Ricky asked if Brett's making plates for Shanksters this year. Chorizo shit.
Yes,
Ricky the muskrat.
Ricky the muskrat. Yes, I definitely will be hosting our Saturday after the round party. Will be hosted at my residence. And yes, you will be under the Chef Brett stars.
Fucking guy.
And Jordan's invited too.
Yeah, I know. I was getting on Johnny's shit that he got invited to Shanksters. I don't even care about. I mean,
you want in? Don't even stop it. You want in?
No, I do, because I spent like $7,000 getting my clubs, and then I had to get shoulder surgery, and I've used them like 4 times. I got fitted, got everything.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yo, this motherfucker got invited to Shanksters, and I'm like, I want to party. I don't care. I'll be someone's caddy. I even commented for Tristan. I was like, I told him I had a GoPro he can borrow, only in the hopes that maybe he'd be like, oh, dude, yeah, fucking come hang and we'll use your GoPro. Someone said Below Zero barbershop in Henrietta is fire. John Futner.
Oh my God, the Funtner.
John.
Yo, first off, you're not allowed to comment if your last name starts with a PF.
I can't. I don't. And
I respect the comment.
John, I don't know you.
But Jeremy's better.
You know John Funtner.
But just
know the Funtner.
Take the P away.
I'd have to see him again.
Yeah, you will.
I can't open his page.
But
while we're
Jeremy's probably
live,
better than them, though.
Yeah, no one's shitting on.
Yeah.
If
I mean, he might be Henrietta. That one when Henrietta might be fire.
It might be
Jeremy's
fire, but
Jeremy's better.
Jeremy's a fucking bonfire.
All right,
Oh,
John.
shit.
I don't know if that's better, but
Is John on my team? I love you, man. Don't take that personally
yeah, I don't know you, but
at all.
take it personally when I
Partner,
say
he's
next
definitely your
level
partner
is
for
way
scramble
better.
against me and Boyle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Why is he's worse?
No, he's
Oh
no. But
What?
I got
I
a
thought they were
grudge.
trying to put you with the shittier person.
No, John's fucking gas, man. That dude's
Johnny
awesome.
Played well.
No, he
I
sucks.
played well.
Oh, I was gonna say
He sucks.
He's
God damn it.
No, he's good.
yeah. You got to give Johnny some.
He's not on
fucking
my
help.
level, but
Got to give this Johnny some help. Knob
he ain't
Creek,
on my level.
Knob Creek sounds good. Oh yeah, Bill. That's my shit for our podcast. Tristan, need you there, Jordan. I've been the most handsome shakes. You're there for the last 11 years. I need help.
Yo, first off, Tristan is
Yo,
not even that good
what
looking.
the
Tristan is riding the Will Smith wave way too long.
Tristan's a pretty
Yeah, but
handsome
I was-
guy.
I
He's
was-
a pretty
yeah,
handsome
he
devil.
changed it.
Yeah,
last
he pretty.
I
He
don't
pretty.
know. I feel like
But don't sleep on the dimples and blue eyes.
no one ever does.
Exactly.
Yeah,
no one
but
ever does.
I was
but
in the tournament last year.
Tristan's got that beautiful that
I don't know if he remembers.
He does. He
beautiful
does.
tan
does.
skin.
He looks Moroccan.
Oh, yeah.
Tristan looks Moroccan. Funny story.
I look.
You ready for this? So Tristan's first day at Brockport School District, he gets to sit right next to me.
You tried to make love to him.
Ew, no.
Oh.
Ew.
This is like sixth grade,
on,
bro.
he's
a
not
Relax.
handsome
sixth
guy.
grade.
He's
That
a
was
handsome
eighth
guy.
grade.
grade.
He's
Get
a
the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's the Washington
Sixth
trip.
grade.
Okay.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
ruin the Washington trip, Bus.
Jumping levels.
Yeah.
Sorry. My apologies.
Dude rolls up in a an Alonzo Mourning Charlotte Hornets jersey, and I'm sitting in front of him with Larry Johnson.
Oh shit!
We became friends.
Yo, I used to have
Yeah.
Are we best
champs,
friends?
Buddy
champs.
Augie.
Yeah, champ. Oh, Augie, yes.
when I
Oh,
first third grade. The first thing I wore to school was a Hornets jumpsuit.
You wore a Hornets
Hornets
jumpsuit.
jumpsuit, dude. Swear to God,
You guys,
he'll remember it too.
you guys better
Oh,
stop yelling into these microphones.
I'm sorry, I didn't.
Or I'm-
We're excited.
or I'm-
We are excited.
Dude, I took a step
We
back.
are
I took a
excited.
step back.
It doesn't-
You saw
it
it.
doesn't
I took
matter.
a step
Give it
back.
Sorry, guys. They're not used to fame.
Oh my God. Don't you dare Howard Stern me right now with your dark studio and your
Ricky.
red lights.
Howard Stern. I hate him now.
Ricky meant
I
He's
used
terrible.
to love him.
whoever's on Johnny's team he's rooting for. He didn't
Who?
mean Corey. Ricky. He didn't mean that.
Brett, the Peter Griffin look died with COVID.
You son of a bitch. Who
Damn.
said that?
Tristan.
Tristan.
That's deep, man.
I feel like I try to pour out my
Tell-
love to
yo,
Tristan
tell
and he
Cleveland to
just
relax.
ignores me.
Oh, you know
Tell
what?
Cleveland to
I
relax.
saw a comment last time we did this, and we never
Yeah.
said anything.
Oh,
I feel bad.
Tristan. Yeah.
No, not from Tristan.
Oh, I know Tristan commented last
This
time
was
and didn't
To
fucking-
me, and I feel
bailed.
bad because I saw it.
Yeah.
Never said anything.
Yeah,
Nikki
yeah.
Smith.
Oh,
She
she
said
said,
hi.
"What's up, guys?"
No,
Yeah.
she said, but in the one before this, she said Johnny. Something about Johnny.
Blast from
I
the
just wanna say
past,
hi.
Nikki Smith.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah,
I did see
yeah,
it. There she is right there.
Yeah,
But she
hey
said
kids,
last one, she said something to me.
Blast from
Last
the past.
live?
Specifically. Yeah.
Mhm.
last
It was either
live, I
last
probably
or
read it.
two ago.
All right, get off your high
Yeah.
horse.
Nikki
I
Smith.
just don't.
Fifth grade.
I'm
Mrs.
sorry.
Reddick.
We all love
What's going
you,
on, Nikki?
Yeah.
We all do.
We all
do.
love you. I mean, anyone we miss, we all love you.
Yeah.
We were having the conversation.
Yeah. We did get a Dakota
and we're
Miller
drinking.
reference in
We
there
did.
and a
We did.
comment though.
And he was on
I
there,
feel
yeah.
like I
The
feel
thing
like
is,
that goes a
you
long way.
said the reference after he already commented. You
No
never even saw it.
shiz.
Yeah.
No way.
I saw that comment well before you made that.
Yeah, Dakota's my guy, man.
Yeah.
I love Dakota. I
Yeah.
haven't seen him or talked to him in forever. But
That
man,
Crazy
big
thing is, we got
fella.
a Mo Powell fucking comment too.
no, dude, where's
I'm just
Maurice?
kidding.
I'm kidding.
Maurice
I'm kidding.
Powell.
yeah,
Yo, I'm
no
kidding.
one commented.
You would have fucking
He
went
would-
nuts.
no,
though. I
he'll
know.
go-
I know.
You know what he'll do? He'll text me tomorrow morning and be like, "Keep my name out your mouth."
Yeah, put some respect on my name.
yo, give me my flowers now.
Is your first comment going to be, where the hell are you?
Tristan, look.
No, I know exactly. Dude, if I needed to find Mo right now, I could take you right to him.
All right.
And he hates that.
Tristan, I actually just got a new cam. I can follow you guys and record. I am not responsible. I can drive a golf cart. I do know golf etiquette because he posted about this earlier.
What?
He'll know. He posted about it.
Tristan, are you just trying to get a Shanksters podcast going right now?
Oh my! Why don't you guys have one?
Because Tristan decided to move to South Carolina.
Yeah, but you guys can
be a
all do
hermit.
it virtually.
Do not.
I am first
Do
of all.
not.
First
Do
of all,
not.
I'm not going to speak on. I'm
Do
not
not.
going to like. I'm not going to elevate Shanksters since I've always been.
I'm not going to
excluded.
say my first restaurant will be called the Shanksters Pub, but it will be called the Shanksters Pub.
That would be cool.
It's going to happen shortly.
First of all, after this, we're going to talk about Brett. Also, is this awesome food truck idea I've had.
No, food trucks are not where it's at, but we'll
No,
go
no,
Express
no.
Kitchen.
No, this is
We'll talk Express Kitchen.
that too.
Yes.
But I got something.
Ooh.
I got something.
I've got time. I've got lots of time.
We'll talk about it
After
over
I
our
just put
garbage
in 92 hours last week. But yeah, I got time.
Listen, YouTube golf is the hottest.
All right, let's
shit
get away
ever.
from Tristan.
I-
Why does he put him and John Gotham's name in the same tagline? And he knows I'm right.
He's finally back here contributing.
Yeah. Well,
He always shows
I
up
knew
at the end. AJ Hawk tunes in Pat McAfee remotely every day. Look, Tristan, you can call in right now.
Tristan, call in.
Yeah, we can
Call in.
We look here. I'm
Call
even
in.
so you don't
Yes.
have an excuse.
Tristan, call in.
Yeah, because
I'll call him right now.
I'm gonna comment our number right now. Because
Why do you have to look it up on a fucking notebook?
I have it written down because I don't have
Bro.
it memorized.
That notebook though is so
It's so like 8th grade.
Yeah, it's so like I feel like you should have a blue and a purple marker and color in the white.
This notebook is why we're so successful at
My God.
Yeah, don't let anybody.
You guys see this composition book?
Did we surpass the most successful podcast yet of the year?
We might.
Have we?
I don't know.
Okay, come on.
I won't
Give
know
it to me.
until I won't know until
I won't leave until we do.
end.
I told you I'm competitive as fuck. I won't leave. I'll fucking
You're
play.
gonna have him sitting here.
I
You
will
don't
play
want me-
Johnny and fucking dice
Tristan
on
said you don't
air.
want- Tristan, do it so we can test it. You'll be our first caller ever.
Be the first
to
Yes.
test
Who
this.
wants to be the first? There's
Look,
9
I'll be
people
here.
watching.
You'll be the
Somebody's
first
gotta be the
caller
first.
ever. You'll be the first black caller ever. You'll be.
Jesus. What the
He's
fuck?
not black. He's
He's
mulatto.
not-
Get it right.
He's not.
He's
Jesus.
mocha.
He's not Jesus either, Johnny.
He's mocha.
You can set a precedence
What
on
does
this
that
podcast.
What the fuck is going on right now?
We're just trying to draw
Troy,
Tristan out.
Troy Pinkins said hi.
Troy.
Hey,
Oh
what's up?
my God.
Troy
It's over.
Pinkins.
It's over.
No, not.
No, I know.
Oh, okay, different Troy. You won't call. You won't call.
Come on, Tristan.
Come on.
Tristan.
Tristan pisses me off because I try to show him how much I
Oh,
like
life.
him all the time, and he just
Tristan's mad because
no. He snubs
No,
me all the
he
time.
remembers back in high school.
I'm
We were
trying
in
to
the same
beat
gym
him.
class,
Oh my
And he-
God.
and
He
for some
bullied you?
reason, he thought that I wasn't
You
a
ain't
decent
shit.
basketball player.
No, because
And
you're
me and
not.
him, he knows.
You're not. A
No, let him
decent-
call in and say something. You'll
Look,
find out.
If he thinks
my
you're
God.
not a decent basketball player,
All right,
he's right.
Let him call in. I can't wait till he does and says something. to
call
you.
Tristan. You won't.
Just saying.
Wait, you snubbed Tristan?
Who? No, Tristan snubs me.
Oh God.
I support him in everything he does,
All right.
and he
Well,
snubs
I'm
I
me.
mean, I don't
hungry.
really blame
It's
him.
11
I
o'clock.
don't
Yeah.
blame him.
You either got to call in.
You got 3 minutes
Or we're-
because
or
we're gonna
we're
wrap
going
this
to
up right
eat.
now. And we're gonna wrap it up. So hi, my name is Brett Jacobson. I am
Bitch, I just called twice and it disconnected. All right,
I knew
so
it wasn't going to work.
You're lying. All right, hold on.
call
Hold
my cell, Tristan.
Tristan, yeah, call. You got his number? Can we call
you
you
got-
Tristan? I just called twice.
That's
We don't
so-
have technical
that's so
difficulties,
awesome.
so you're lying, but we'll
That's so
figure out our
awesome.
technical difficulty.
All right, I'm hungry. Let's
Bitch, I
go.
just called twice.
Bitch, I'm from Texas. It must be something in my settings. Oh, are you? Wait. Oh, are you? Hold on. It must have muted my shit. Are you 451? I did call. Are you?
Yeah,
451?
you got it. Yeah, it's 451.
Yeah. Tell him to
Oh,
do it
you
again.
did call. Hold on. I'm gonna call you.
Yeah.
I don't. It muted your shit. Hold on.
Yo, this is the first, man. We're gonna be able to,
Replaying
hear
your
this
call.
shit.
Damn, Tristan's a hate. Oh, David Cordero.
Oh, I can hear.
Can you guys hear
I
it?
can hear it. Yo, this is the first.
Yo.
What up?
Oh my.
Oh my God, we gotta
You-
call it. We
Yeah,
live
you are-
on the
What's our
air.
first caller?
It didn't work.
Oh,
Yo, you're on the line with the 585 boys. Watch them out.
and your favorite chef, Brett.
I just called you guys twice. Pay the fucking bill.
Yo,
All right?
Yeah.
I got that Obama
We fucked
phone.
up.
My
We
bad.
fucked up on that.
Yo, what's good?
I'm trying to watch and listen at the same time.
How'd that go for you?
Hey, Brett,
Yep.
I'll be your Huckleberry. You better stop. You better start worrying about Bobby Flay and start worrying about me first. Goddamn it.
Oh,
Yo, who's got the better brisket?
damn.
Oh, Tristan all day.
I
I won't even
Come on
compete
now.
in that.
That wasn't fun.
I won't compete
Come on
in that. Just give me
Come
a
on
week
now.
though. Give me a week and I'll learn.
Oh.
Yo, Can I-
Damn.
I'm gonna ask this while Tristan's on.
Yeah.
Just because it popped in my head. Yo,
Tristan's got
Who's-
skill. Don't worry.
no, I know
Oh,
he's
Tristan
got
got
skill.
skill.
This question doesn't even involve Tristan, but it popped in my head now. So, what do you think? You think Jimmy Z's gonna try to make a comeback? You think you got him now?
Tristan.
I think you got him now.
I can't, dude. God damn it, Tristan.
Rochester garbage plate.
Go ahead, Tristan. I can't comment on that right now.
What?
Yo, who's gonna have the best garbage plate in Rochester? You think Jimmy Z's gone now? Yo, crickets?
Dogtown has entered the chat.
Yeah, Dogtown got their asses kicked by fucking Peter Griffin.
God damn. Yo,
Oh, shit.
Yeah, Dogtown got their ass kicked by Peter Griffin.
Oh, what do we do now?
I'm just gonna say that out loud.
God.
No, but so
Where do we go?
not
from
that
here?
I can comment on this, but there may or may not have been a few suitors for Jimmy Z's,
Some representatives.
some representatives,
Word.
and there may have been a conversation or two with a person very close to the show.
Okay.
But I would say, Tristan, would it be safe to say that it's a wait and see?
What's that? What are we
Bringing
talking
Jimmy
about?
Z's out of the dark?
I don't know. That dude's got the shoe game rocking. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know that he's interested anymore.
yeah.
I know, but is there a
Right now, you're on.
is there
you
a
won.
fit suitor to bring that location out of the closet, out of the dark? Maybe a couple of Brockport
Missouri.
guys.
You got to show me. I'm from Missouri.
Yeah, dude, I'll show you. I'll give you the show me state. You ain't from Branson.
Okay.
Bitch, I'm from
Okay.
Texas.
Uh-huh.
So
Do it
what's
up.
up? So what's up? Am I on the Shanksers course this year? I don't have to play golf.
Ooh, we do.
Yeah,
we
come
do
on
need
out
a
there.
waitress.
We need all the different angles,
You
man.
guys need a
Yeah.
car girl?
I'm telling you. We're putting this shit on
we
the
need
map.
a cart
all right?
girl and we need a play-by-play man.
Play by play
It's
would be
gonna
the
be
one. Dude, we had a cart girl
Shankster's
last year that
is
was
going to go from
phenomenal.
$150 a player to $1,500 a
God
player.
damn.
Very
Jesus
cool.
Christ!
God.
And we're going to Oak Hill.
Oh,
Ew, gross.
Yo, I'll let
And we're going to Oak Hill.
I'll let you borrow my GoPro for free
Hey,
drinks.
wait, whoa. Tristan, remember your first tee shot at Oak Hill? I do.
I do. Yeah,
Do you
I do. I'll never
Was
forget
it.
it.
A Shankster?
No, it was just me. Who was it? Me, you, and who else? Was it that Dan kid?
It was what's the
Kaufman?
shit, what's his name? The nerdy dude, the scientist.
Bryson?
Bill Nye.
It was Stan.
Oh, Stan. Yeah, Stan Tedzik.
Me, you, Stan, and I forget the.
Yeah, some other
Before,
geriatric member.
Yo, first of all, there's some nerd named Stan being invited.
He
Not
gone.
in the Shanksters.
He gone.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I'm dumb and nerdy and shit, but I'm not smart or anything. I can't even get
you don't look like a Stan.
No.
No.
You just gotta get a spot, man.
Yeah, you got to get a spot. You got to take somebody's spot. Yo,
Yeah.
put him up against Rob Moore, Tristan.
Yo, I told Tristan I'll let him have my GoPro.
Ooh. Whoa, you tried to buy your way in?
I just-
Tristan,
So you want to trade with Tristan
fine.
in the Shanksters?
I can be bought. It's fine.
Yo.
I'm a cheap whore.
I'm sorry, Tristan, can you please tell these people who the founder of the Shanksters is?
Listen,
George Washington.
it's just like the Nick Tahoe's
Oh,
Jimmy
for
D
God's
Clutch
sake.
Dogtown thing.
Here we go.
Brett founded it. Me and Anthony Boyle perfected it.
You motherfucker.
Attaboy.
You motherfucker. Nothing will beat Shanksters year 2.
Oh,
Me and Anthony Boyle perfected it.
Nothing will beat Shanksters year 2, but everything will beat Shanksters year 3.
So we had 4 years that came down to maybe 5 points total.
damn.
Yeah, and who was on the receiving end of that?
585 boys want to be a sponsor this year.
Well, what did last year come down to?
Came down to your captain missing.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm going to bed. I got to
Okay, good
work in the
night.
morning, you bastard.
Yeah, I gotta go get
Yeah,
a
we
garbage
gotta
plate.
go get
We gotta
food.
go get wings,
Come on.
bro.
Yo,
now.
thank you for calling in.
Yeah.
Love
thank
you,
you.
buddy. I miss you.
Something on your settings was wrong with that. We'll try to correct it though next time.
Hey, I'm like the Jackie Robinson of calling in on
Yes,
the
you are.
585 boys,
Jesus
right?
Yes, you are.
Christ.
Yeah.
Number
Yeah.
Bro,
one.
Word.
did you just call yourself Jackie Robinson?
Jackie
You're not
Robinson.
even full Jackie.
We'll put a plaque up
You're
behind
Jacqueline.
us.
What number do you want? We'll retire it.
Word. All right, guys. Be
All right,
good.
see ya.
All right,
Later.
man.
See you, buddy.
Later. That's
All right.
hilarious. Let's fucking wrap it up.
That's right.
That was a great fucking episode.
Yeah, man.
Mhm.
Thanks
Absolutely.
for coming on.
Anytime you guys need me on here, I'll come on.
Let's
I got
wrap
lots of
things
stuff
up.
cooking. So
Dude, yeah.
Mhm.
you have no idea.
We're gonna keep ripping.
I got some restaurants in the making. You have no idea.
Yeah. Let's keep
We'll
rolling.
have you on as
And
much as possible. Yeah.
Brett, thanks again, man.
man.
Yeah,
You're
absolutely.
awesome.
My pleasure.
Appreciate it.
Love
dude.
supporting you guys.
Congratulations on everything. We'll try to link some stuff so that we can get some votes
Let's get some votes.
out of our 7 or 8 viewers that we might get.
Fuck that.
Hey,
Oh, you got a lot more now.
every
Hey.
vote counts.
Yeah, you got a lot more now.
It's good to see Hamlin
yeah.
succeed.
Dude, right?
Town.
Right?
Hell yeah.
964.
Hell yeah.
The
baby.
964.
964.
The
H-Town
964.
Represent.
All right, ready? Yo, so Jordan and I,
Oh, my bad, homie.
Sorry.
Jordan and I go way back, bro. We go way back.
We used to party over at his parties and shit like that.
Bullshit. Even, dude.
It was, dude,
Yeah.
a lot of good times. But that's exactly why we love doing this fucking podcast, because it
Hell yeah.
brings everything
It
back.
brings it all back together.
And we're gonna keep doing this.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys, for all the comments. I'm sorry we didn't get to everyone. We'll
Yeah.
we'll fucking
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
we'll
Yeah.
get something.
We'll get
We'll get
But-
back.
Thank you guys for whoever came in. Tristan, you the
Yeah.
man. Thanks for calling
Number
in.
one, man.
Now we know
Number
our
one.
phone line.
Number
We
2.
got that shit.
Number 2.
Brett, thanks for coming in.
Hell yeah.
Johnny boy.
Hell yeah.
All right. We'll catch
Later.
you later.
Go Bills.
Later.